done it again. I've not changed the title of it. I've got to edit it anyway. Let's go here. It's not Sunday Madness, though it is Sunday. It is Sunday. Give me a second while I play around. The race will be starting very soon. Oh, come on now. Copy. Oh, no, no, no. Right, there we go. So, everybody, Plebs Racing Monzta charity endurance race at Monza. So what is this? Oh, let's get me sorted. Let's get me sorted. Right. Copy. I have put the link. Live stream links. There we go. Let's get this published in all the places it needs to be published. DTM. Sorry everybody, I am just sorting out something. What am I sorting out? What are you playing? Support for support. There we go. Just posting the link everywhere it needs to go. General. Okie dokie. So I can get that out of the way. I can see me there. I can see. Okay, whatever. Right, everybody. Let's now get ourselves sorted out with what's on our screen. Into spectate. Just turn my headphones down so I can hear myself think. Nice and loud. Welcome to Monza, historic racing circuit. Let's see who. Oh, first things first, let's get our display all so we can see everything we need to see. Let's see who we've got in here. Currently got 8 people. I'm not going to appear on there because I'm spectating, not driving, though I suppose I will drive eventually. That's a very good point actually. I'll need to drive the first lap in my Super Mini. I have a Mini specially designed to go round and round very slow. Look at these cars. So we have got, these are the rules. There's going to be a 10-minute qualifying session. I'll remind anyone that's listening and in the race itself, change your tyres before the end of the qualifying session because they're the tyres you'll start the race on. Don't start on worn tyres. You can have racing softs and you can have racing mediums. You have to use both, so there must be at least one pit stop. Now we had some problems in the last race for both streams where the server kicked us out. It happened for lobby 1 more frequently. Matt had a terrible time. It happened only once for us. We were a bit luckier. So to try and reduce the effect of that, the 100 laps are going to be split into 2 50-lap sessions. It'll be effectively be 101 laps because the first lap is going to be led by me very slowly. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to handle the changeover to the second bit, but we'll see when we get there. It's all fun. Now, everyone's in super Formula cars. That's what these are. So, full-on open-seater, open cockpit racing cars. They look a little bit like, well, like F1 cars, but I guess what? GP2. Let's go round, watch a few people, have a look at the liveries. And also Group 2 cars. So you've got Super Formula and Group 2 on the same, like last time, super fast ones and slightly slower ones, but still. So there will be some negotiating of traffic. Tyre wear is on 4 times normal, fuel consumption is on twice normal, damage is off, balance of power is on, based on GT Sport BOP specs. You can tune the chassis and the suspension. And the aero, I think somebody put something like that. Contact penalties are off, so bashing into people doesn't bring a penalty, though it will bring a very stern remark if I see it. Unless it's accidental, in which case I'll say, that looks accidental to me. Track limit penalties are weak, so you will be penalised, but it won't be massive. Slipstream is real and boost is off. Grid start. A grid start. Behind the Mini, I'll pull off out the way and then exit the race so that we can have a look at a few cars going round. I'm not going to make the mistake of a flying car. Giant Tonic. Right, let's see, we've currently got 8 runners getting ready for, well, in the qualifying session perhaps. Is this a qualifying session? I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look at the timing screen. It looks like it's a qualifying session. Though it's been going for 50 minutes at this point. So it must be practice. Right, let's just have a look at my the messages. Let's look at the chat. I should start the chat and say good evening, hello, nice to meet you, nice to see you again. What else can we put on there? No, that'll do. Right, so we can see everything. Let's go through. At the top we've got, I remember this gentleman because I completely failed to see how his name is spelt on there. He was just using numbers for letters. So his real name is Daniel Egent. So, not Daniel as I called him in the last race. So, you know, what are you going to do? And he races for the RAA team. Nice livery. Now I approve of that livery because some of my liveries that I've got are basically white and blue like that. We have Ray Riviera, the famous Ray Riviera, in that, oh, it's a nice sort of like powder blue metallic and red, metallic red. That's an unusual colour scheme. And notice, oh, what's gone on there? Something, is he in? Oh, he's gone in the pits. Okay, typical. Let's have a look. We got, this is Giant Tonic. Come on, follow Giant Tonic. There he goes. An Italian gentleman by the looks of that flag, unless I've got that completely wrong. Was it Ireland? Oh God. But it's Ireland. Brain fade. Apologies to everybody if I get anything wrong. It's not deliberate. It's just science. The science of getting old and not knowing things. Going quite quick. Another powder blue, another metallic powder blue. Very nice indeed. So Ian, Cars IR9. Very good. Very good. Very good indeed. Oscuni 12. I don't know that gentleman who's just disappeared as we get to him. I don't know him, but get to know him in this race. And this is PRT Hooligan. Currently ghosting. Can't see what colour his car is. It looks kind of vaguely bluey, grey, whitey. But he's ghosting, so I have no idea. Everyone's left, and I think I'm going to have to leave too. Anyway, PRT Hooligan is our host and also the organiser of this. This is Phil from Pleb Racing. I should mention Pleb Racing is a Discord server. Why are people joining the room and I can't see them? So let's go out. I should enter. Because I need to drive around at some point, so I'll just sit there. We have VQS Holman, an American gentleman who won the last EDTM touring car race at Spa. Was it at Spa? Where was it? I was commentating on it and I can't remember where it was. No, it was at Kyoto. Yamagima. Yes. Yes, I remember now, yes. And he won that. He was very fast indeed in the VQS team. Who else have we got that I'm not on? Follow Me 1978, a 56-year-old gentleman from good old United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So that's definitely the Irish flag, isn't it? Giant tonic. I'll type this into Google. Right. Multitasking. Right. So, the most important thing to tell you, of course, I'm going to join in and have a look, get in there now. I'm not allowed to be on Super Softs. I knew that. That's why I can't join. I'm glad I sorted that out now. I'm in. Part of me wants to evilly join the track and drive around for the qualifying. Let's get in there. So there's Daniel Eget. He's in a Super Formula car, as you can see. Ian of Cars IAR 9, another British gentleman, Englishman, I believe. Yes, that's very nice. I'll tell you what, that looks like stealth camouflage. Stealth camouflage. So, Ostuni 12, who's from, according to his flag, the United States of America. Follow Me 1978 in his Group 2 car. Being overtaken, see the speed differential there. Interesting. As we can see on the front of that car, the charity that we're supporting today is Help for Heroes. This is a charity that's a little bit close to my heart because of the friends and family I've had in the armed forces over the years, including my dad, who fought in World War II in Burma. And personally, this isn't deliberately political because it's not based on a connection has been lost. Oh, you are kidding me. Oh, it's happened. Happened at the big, it's not even started and it's happened. Right then. Sue. Right, let's have a look in. While I'm doing that, because I was looking at something else, I was looking at my information. I'll say hello to Matty of TMK Racing 444, the commentator, the what do I call him? Semi-pro. It's semi-pro or pro-am commentator that's streaming the other lobby, Lobby 1, which hasn't crashed according to this lot. I'm not qualifying, though I could try in my Mini. Do you think it will get in the way? Would it distract anybody if I drive around in my Mini? Right, so Phil has just informed us that he has to reboot his PlayStation. So many apologies. We apologise for the inconvenience for all you Blackadder fans out there. So, these technical difficulties do happen. So I'll just keep talking nonsense. And keep checking whether his room is there again. As we've got this on the screen, we've got Scotty, who's another very fast driver. He's excellent. He was commentated on the HHTCR. Hugh Hatrick Touring Car Racing Championship Series 1, and he had a ding-dong killer battle with Jack Boulding Racing, VQS Jack, or Vin Petrol as I have christened him. Okay. Just educating Phil, because he's an American, on Sod's Law, which I believe they polite people call Murphy's Law, but that's not right. Sod's Law was written in the front of my O-level, which is when you're up to 16, physics textbook, and it stated in pen, somebody had written in it, Sod's Law, Part 1, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Part 2, when the head of department does any experimental demonstrations, the equipment will break. And it just follows on, Phil, that your equipment will break, something electronic will go wrong. What's going to happen? Got to happen. So on the screen in the middle there, at the Circuit de Spa, HHTCR qualifying lobby for round 4, which will be taking place on the it's next Saturday. If I let's just check on my diary. This is brain fade again. Next Saturday, indeed, the 20th. So if anyone's around and wants to watch that, will be being streamed by Matt, because Matt's the lead commentator on that. I try to join him now and again. Right, we're back in business again, everybody. Woohoo! Right, while we're waiting for that to do stuff, there's my little Mini. Nice, isn't it? 9-inch or 10-inch Mini Light wheels. Mini Cooper, which I've souped up to 94 horsepower. 94, count them. It's a bit more than the 40 you get in the standard 1 litre. So, and we're back. We're back, baby. Right. Practice is currently taking place. Let's see if anybody else is in there. That's Phil with his super duper, wrong button. That's kind of a stealth camouflage. So, Help for Heroes, I was going to say something which some could consider to be political, but it's not political because it's more to do with just all politicians of all parties. They all do this. They send people in the armed forces around the world to do various different things, and then these people might get damaged, physically or mentally injured, and then they come home and whichever government it is pats them on the back and says thanks very much, get lost now, and they're left to, I mean, different countries have different levels of care, but generally speaking they're not looked after well, in my opinion. So, and then these same politicians will go to charities like Help for Heroes and other charities like that who are looking after our people who we've damaged by our politicians sending places, and ride the coattails, which gets my goat a little bit, where they're refusing to spend the money themselves, and then they act like they've done something amazing thing by standing next to some poor sod who's had his legs blown off and is receiving rehabilitation and prosthetics through a charity because the government refused to pay for it. And it's just irritating. So absolutely and completely support Help for Heroes, but also get on to your politicians to stop being so cheap and to look after the people. They send to do an incredibly difficult and dangerous job, wherever that may be. And you may not even have to, you don't have to agree with the cause. The people that are being sent there didn't ask to be sent. So that's my 10 pences worth. Right. Phil, you're saying I love you. I love you too, buddy. I hardly know you, but you know, I'm easy to please. Right, let's have a look. Let's see who we got here. Right, my qualifying now. Phil, 5 minutes till start of quali, plus or minus Sod's Law. Gecko Racer, good luck. Race Asylum Lance. Yes, I think. Oh, that's RA. Race Asylum Racing, RAR. I learned something new. I will write this down with my special pen. I'm going to write it down here on my piece of paper. By the way, we're following Daniel, partly to make up for the fact that I got his name completely wrong last time. So RAR is Race Asylum Racing, so a shout out for them. Yeah, marvellous. Daniel did a super job in the last race, if I remember correctly. Let's follow. Now we're going Giant Tonic. We're following Giant Tonic in the group. The super. Oh god, here we go. Look at this. Is what I've got to have this screen come up. Where's it gone? Super Formula. There you go. Brain fade. Academy. Race Asylum Academy. The extra A is for Academy. Right, reading it a little bit further down. Jerry, who is Simon. Jerry's the name of his cat, who's in the picture you can see attached to his name there. Best of luck, hope this goes very well. It will go brilliantly, even if it goes terribly, because honestly the racing was a lot of fun last time. It was great to watch. I'd venture to say better than current Formula 1. Certainly the coverage was better, and I'm not just saying it because I did it. I'm saying that because I try and understeer that Giant Tonic was fighting there. Okay, up. Ray Riviera in another Super Formula. I'm going to write Super Formula down, it might help me remember the name. Now, I've driven the Group 1 cars and I've driven the Group 2 cars and the 3 and the 4 now. Not driven one of these, but Group 1 was almost impossible. It really is twitchy, and the downforce thing, it's like backwards wheel. The faster you go, the more you go around the corner until you can't. So it's, like that, threading the needle. But if you slow down to try and go around, if you slow down too much, you lose the downforce and you can't go around. So literally threading the needle. I would imagine these are even worse. Let's see. So I think I've pretty much, I view it in the same way. Phil, I'm imagining then that Phil is, heard what I said, and yes. Well, it's just, you know, it's political in the sense that it's politicians doing it, but it's not party political. In my opinion, if a Burke is a Burke or cheap, and they're all the same, so. Whatever. Whatever. What am I doing now? What should I do now? What should we do? 8 people watching, you poor people. What do you want to do that for? Next thing I'm going to do. Now, if you remember, I set chat challenges. I'm not going to do the chat challenge right now. Okay. Oh, green, white and red. So let's go Irish flag. Right, okay. Well, I narrowed it down to 2. I did. That is Giant Tonic, Southern Ireland, or Era, Ireland, Irish flag. So, I apologise, Giant Tonic. If I ever meet you, I'll buy you a Guinness or whatever tipple you like. I like a Jameson's or a Bushmills. I do like Irish whiskey. Triple distilled, you know, very nice and smooth. Right, these people are all in the pits. So, Ray, Ostuni. So this is a practice again. They hate Melty. Exactly, yes, Phil. So, this is a truly international thingamajig here. We've got some Brits. Diesel Dave has joined us. Now, excellent. This is Diesel Dave. He's from America. I'm telling you stuff you can see on the screen. But, you know, I'll remember then. I'll recognise that flag. You know. And this one down here, I believe, was Colombia. We discovered this last time because he did such a fantastic job last time. And of course I wrote it down last time, but the piece of paper I wrote it on is now gone. You're expecting too much for me to keep a piece of paper when every now and again I get an urge to tidy. Not often. And incidentally, this idea that things have to be, you know, tidy desk, tidy mind. What a load of rubbish. Oh, they hate Melty. Let's have a look at the... oh, it looks a little bit Red Bullish. It's got Red Bull written on it. Yes. Well, we like the Red Bull livery. Pretty good. See about to go. Okay, so... Ray Riviera. Let's follow Ian, and then we can take you around this. This is the home straight, which is the Rettifilio. Now, modern commentators, this is another one of my little rants, call this Rettifilio, but it's not, because Rettifilio means the straight. It's actually the Variante del Rettifilio, the corner, the chicane, on the straight. So when they call it Rettifilio, it's like people calling the top of that hill and the corner at Spa Radio, when radio means steep hill. It's just as stupid. Anyway, corners 4 and 5, Variante della Roggia. Okay? Leading into Curve dell'Esmo 1 and 2. Lesmo 1 and 2. Oh, maybe one out here. This is Curva del Seraglio. Glottal stop, leading into Variante Ascari. Now, I don't know. I should have seen this. Go Plebs, Giant Tonic. Hello, Giant Tonic. So, Giant Tonic, can you just, as you're on the chat, can you just let us know what should I call you other than Giant Tonic? Because if you don't tell me, I'll probably call you GT or Tonic or Big Fat Giant. I won't call you Big Fat Giant. Right, let's follow somebody else and see if I can get all these names right. So, Variante del Rettifilio. Leading around now, Curva Grande. That's a very nice livery. Curva Grande. Here we go, all the way around Curva Grande. A big curve. It is very big. Yes. Going to pass Phil, who is a hooligan, he really is. Into variante della Roggia, or rather not. Whoops. Okay. Okay. If I... Oh, that's no good. You were doing so well. What are we going to do? We're going to follow. I'm going to find another Group 2 car. Phil! Come on, Phil. Where are we going next? So, this is Lesmo 1 and 2. Curve di Lesmo 1 and 2. That's 2. At least I think that's correct. Let me just check with my Monza track map. Ran into Ascari. Yes, 1 and 2, that's right. Okay, fair enough. And now we're in Ascari. Oh! Qualifiers will last for 10 minutes. So this is qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to come out. It does this thing where it doesn't let me control the camera properly. And out they go to qualifying. Let's... Bit of a scrum at the beginning, everything jumping in. Got a bunch of nice flags on the livery of that car. The Union Jack, of course, is no stranger to the United States of America, because there are several of the state flags have at least older versions of the Union flag on them. I did know them, but I don't anymore because I'm, you know, old. Let's find someone to follow. No one set a time yet. So I'm thinking if we follow... They hate me. Let's follow Ray Riviera, but on board. Chase cam, so we can see them. Oh, he's giving himself a bit of a gap. It looks to me like we have 3 Group 2 cars, and they are braking into Rettifilo. I've just said it wrong. Variante del Rettifilo. You can't blue flag the guy in front who's on a quali lap. They hate Melty. Approaching Variante della Roggia. Oh, saved it, just about saved it. Good on the brakes, but a little bit too fast into the first part of the chicane. Around Curve Grande. No, sorry, Curve di Lesmo 1 and 2. Now this is Curva del Seraglio. Getting a nice slipstream from Ostuni, but how's this corner going to go? Oh, that didn't work. Not the best place to do that. Not the best place to do that. That screwed up both of their... You didn't have enough of a gap. That's such a shame. Such a shame. So we'll follow Ray going around Parabolica. Curva Parabolica. Which is a curve that looks like a parabola. In case you haven't figured it out. Can't believe I called Lesmo Curva Grande. So into Variante Rettifilo. So hard to get that right, as Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen found out this year. Oh, let's find someone that is still going. We're on board with Ray Riviera. No, we're on board with Daniel Egerts. Now he was pretty good in a Group 1 car, so I expect him. Oh, again, white people, sort yourselves out. You've got 6 minutes left. find yourself a gap. This is not good. You know, calling this out. Punting people entering a corner is not how you do it. It's not the way the plebs do racing. I'm not happy. So, Seraglio. Curva del Seraglio. Kind of like, I mean, we're calling it straight, but it's got a gentle curve. Into Ascari. Taking very well. I'm expecting good things of this guy today. But we don't want any more punting. Thank you very much. Right. Parabolica. Have a look at the speed. Kept it on the black stuff. Excellent. Track limits obeyed. 1:31. Not the fastest so far. Let us have a look at the timing. J92, well, I've not mentioned it. From, oh, excuse me, from the Race Asylum Academy Racing team, Academy, is currently fastest, 1:30.3. Ray Riviera is next at 1:30.9, but he's coming to the end of his fastest third sector in the last time. Let's see how he goes this time, whether he beats his time. I know we're not on board with him, I just want to see how the time goes. Giant Tonic, gone much faster, much faster. Pumped themselves up into third. Ray's still second. So, G92, that's the outlap. Let's follow Jay. I've got 4 minutes left. I think I would like to follow the Group 2 car just for a little while. I like the livery on this, so simple white with the lovely stripes down the centre, something I do myself. So not as fast obviously, but still. So Lesmo 2. Down. Curva del Seraglio. I love Italian. It's a fantastic language. Approaching Ascari. Ah, well it. So I've just nipped back to watching my stream and looking at the what's that thing called where people talk to you? The chat. Oh god. Right, so let's go down. Ant's in the house. Hello Ant. Boo. Simon, you were not old, just antique. Thanks very much, mate. Wabbit, an ex-vet himself. You know, so obviously this is going to be a cause he's going to be very interested in. Good for him. Good thing too. Welcome to the chat, buddy. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. What's Ant saying? Did the FIA look at the wings? Yes, they looked at the wings, and then one of the other drivers, probably Simon, Jerry Simon, fiddled with it and got fined 50,000 lira because they're in Italy. Diaco, Dirk, hello. It's good to see you in the chat too. Hello chat. Can we get a view of the inside of the wheel? Ah, yes, we can. Hold on. There it is. You thought I was going to show you a different wheel. I didn't. Oh, I put him off by looking through his helmet cam. I shouldn't have done that. Right, let's find... Ooh. Follow Giant Tonic. Let's follow someone that we've not followed for a while. He's not on a hot lap though. There's 1:54 remaining. Now, I want to say that there's some fast drivers here. And there's some less experienced drivers, but I think that anyone that can do 100 laps of these things, and I can guarantee that everyone will be better at the end of this race than they are at the beginning. Okay, Ray Riviera, how can you type and drive? Oh, you're in the pits, you're cheating. Got around there okay. Giant Tonic's just at a 1:30.0, so he's moved up into second position, doing very well. So hard to control these cars. Coming in the pits. Right, so we've not followed Ian. Let's follow Ian, have a look at his There's another one of these crazy desert camouflage. There's almost like a camouflage net over him as he goes into Variante del Roggia. Oh, track limits. So, bad luck, mate. Bad luck. Bad luck. Lesmo 1 now and Lesmo 2. Difficult corners, both those Lesmos. I have driven this track in GT3 cars. I think the fastest ones I've tried to do Monza on, and some ridiculous things like a Ferrari Testarossa, which was just so heavy. Into Ascari. Oh, turned in a bit early. Sorry, a bit late. Another penalty. It's difficult to get that one just right from my serving his penalty. Into Parabolica. Oh, this is so amped. If you're still watching, you really do see the wheel in this one. How can anyone race with that thing in the way? It's nuts. So, oh no, what's going on? We need to find somebody else. Diesel Dave, we were watching him earlier. Oh, new fastest lap by They Hate Melty. Superb job. Let's see how Diesel Dave does. Oh, he's back 1:49.3. So you're talking about 20 seconds, 19-20 seconds difference between the Super Formula cars and the Group 2 cars. Everyone's slowed down now. There's no time apart from. Oh, back in the pits, going in the pit. So it looks like everyone's finished their laps. Let's have a quick look at the timing. So in order they are: They Hate Melty, Daniel Egert, Ray Riviera, Giant Tonic, It's J92, Ostuni, Ian of Cars IAR9, Diesel Dave, Phil, PRT Hooligan 81, and Follow Me 1978. There's a good mix of the tyres. The fastest tyres obviously set on the soft tyres, but a couple of medium tyre runners, third and fourth, Ray and Giant Tonic. Excellent job. 1:29.7 compared with a 1:39.7 for Diesel Dave. Let me just... Who's the fastest of the Group 2 runners? So there we go. That's the lineup. I am going to come out and come back in with my little car. Oh, I've done it wrong, haven't I? Oh, I've done it wrong. I should have been in the lobby. Hi, Ian. Oh, come on, no. Oh, I've got to get in there. He won't let me in. Oh man, what's happened here? I have screwed up. Right. Sorry everybody, I was meant to leave that away. I did not realise I needed to be in the lobby with my car in qualifying. My bad. It's alright, Phil. Do you want to do it again? If you want to do it again? Fine, we're doing it again. Good. Sorry, everybody. Why are you making me do this? Why do you want an idiot to drive around in a Mini? Oh, man. Well. Where's the safety car? The safety car in the carriage. Oh dear, here we go. See, it's ideal because look, I can't go fast in this. I ghost because I'm so slow. Can we see who's behind? Whee! Melty, in the last race I pulled into the pits and then you're off. It's a good question though. My track guide, Lesmo 1, Curva. Woo! Lesmo 2. Curva di Lesmo. Curva de Seraglio. Top speed 92. Taking it like a true mini. No suspension travel. Just bang over the bumps like the 1966 Monte Carlo Rally. What I was going to do on this one, way. So I'm guessing we've got to form up on the grid. We normally form up on the grid and then I pull away from the grid. Yeah? Phil? Because this is a practice session, is it not? Everybody else is in the pits, apart from me and Giant Tonic. Yeah, where's everybody gone? There was 10 without me before. Yes, Simon, it is so me. First car I ever sat in. I've owned a couple. I had a minivan. Oh, I've been destroyed! Is that Max Verstappen in that Red Bull? Look at him! It's me! Get him! Oh, missed him. Oh, he distracted me. There's only one other person I know that's done that to me, and that was Moomin. So, I wonder if they helped Hate Melty is Moomin under a different name. You can never fit in them. Well, I could just about fit in them. Just, I mean, you're 2 inches taller than I am. And I managed to find that I could sort of operate the accelerator by leaning my... I've got a specialist gearbox in this, by the way. Oh, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to back end go on a minute. Are we racing now? What's actually happening, Phil? Because I keep pulling off and trying to leave. What's happening, Phil? I've now done 2 laps. We haven't started from the grid. And I've been hatefully abused by They Hate Melty. Yep, when are we starting? We need to start because there's no point in me going around and around in the Mini. So, let's see what's going on here. Hi, Moomin. Someone was just behaving like you and punting me a minute ago. You need to select your tyres. Yes, but I'm not in the race, so I did select my tyres. I'm meant to be starting from first position on the grid. I screwed up last time because I wasn't in the lobby for Okay, so from the management, had to reorder the field manually, internet issue, go in 2 minutes. Right, everybody, a bit of patience. Putting me at the front of the grid, because if you remember in the last race, I started at the back because I hadn't set a time, and I slowly made my way through, but apparently that's not the way you do it. I thought I did really well. Everyone was very polite, mostly got out of my way, and I just went through them and just pootled on. But today we're not doing that. I'm going to be pole position. You're a bit behind me. That's true. That's true. You're a bit ahead of me because, you know, it was your birthday. You're 53. I've got to wait. I've got to wait until another time. So you're already, what's it, you said you were 25, weren't you? So you're already 1,225. 1,325, whereas I'm only 1,228, as everybody should know. Started the final. The final will begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, something. Excellent. I intend to disappear rather than go in the pits, because if I go in the pits I'll miss the start of the race. I'm gonna take off at full speed. Yeah, leisurely driving the Italian countryside. Rettifilo, we're on Rettifilo, and we are now very slowly approaching Varianta del Rettifilo, which means the chicane corner majiggy at the end of the straight. Not Rettifilo, which means the straight. So F1 commentators once more are stupid. Curve grande. I am going to come off the track at Parabolica, everybody, if you can hear me. The reason I'm going to do that is I'll then exit, and then I can come back in and watch the start of the race streaming. Otherwise I will not be able to stream the start of the race. So we approach Lesmo 1. I wonder if I can... No downforce on this, gotta watch it, not too fast. Took that as fast as I could and it was too fast. Seraglio, Curve della Seraglio, del Seraglio. Top speed 92 miles per hour. So I don't know what to say at this point. Just that I'm going to around here. Get out of the way like this. So come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, here we go. We have started the race. It's They Hate Melty, who's being challenged by Daniel Eggert. Oh, they're alongside each other, a bit of banging of wheels. Can they both go around the corner? They have both go around the... Oh, he couldn't get the power down. Oh, but Daniel went off the road. So, They Hate Melty, Daniel, it's J92. Let's go on board with them because that's a much better way of doing it. Followed by Giant Tonic. Followed by Ian in Cars IR. Oh no, They Hate Melty has gone off the road. He's shortcutted. What am I doing? He's shortcutted Roggia. Ray Riviera in 5th. They Hate Melty has ended up going back to 6th at the time, but it's now 5th because Ian's come off the road at Lesmo 2. There he goes, having to clean his tyres up. And then at the back, Lonely 7th and 8th is Ostuni and Phil, who's a bit of way back. Must have had a bit of a problem earlier. We've only got 8 runners. Daniel is 1.4 seconds, 1.5 seconds ahead of J92. Since They Hate Melty had his little incident. Parabolica, taking Parabolica. He's catching up with Daniel. He is catching up. Oh, but he's got slipstream. Oh, he's got 2 cars following his slipstream. 135.2. Giant Tonic has got ahead. But what will happen in this corner? He's giving him room. Ray Riviera has... Oh, again, getting the power down. It's so difficult on these cars. So difficult. But there's... Going around Curva Grande, Ray has slipstream. He's catching him. He's catching him. Will he be able to challenge on the brakes? Going into Roggia. Nope. Oh, a bit untidy from it's J92. Lesmo 1. Difficult corner. They Hate Melty will have cleaned his tyres up by now. He's catching. He's only 4/10 behind, especially with a little mistake that Ray made there. Down Seraglio. Curva del Seraglio. And he's pulled away a little bit from They Hate Melty. Let's see what's happened with They Hate Melty. Ray is challenging. It's J92. Entering into Parabolica. Round Parabolica. They Hate Melty's catching him. He seems to have a bit of an advantage going around Parabolica. Ray trying to break the slipstream, but there are... Oh, Ian is right behind. Let's watch this from... Oh, and he's got him on the brakes. He's done 2, but he's got him too hot. Oh dear. Such a shame. Unfortunately, in the process of charging down the inside of 2 cars, he's upset Ray's car, so Ray lost the position to They Hate Melty. So I suppose the swings and roundabouts of this is that he had bad luck going into that corner on the first lap, and on lap 3 he's got his luck back. So he's now got a 2-second buffer before and in front. That's what's happening here. Ian is being closely challenged by J92, who was right up there but had a bit of a problem earlier. Keith will own you. Who dis? Hiya Keith, how you doing? This is the Plebs Racing and I'm Rumar. Plebs Racing charity endurance race. Oh, Lobby 2. Lobby 1's got Matt. If you look in the description, by the way, I'll put the... say J92's taking Ian. Oh, this is going to be messy. I think Ian will have the line going into Parabolica. No, he's let him go. He had the line, he had the inside line, but he was going too fast to be able to take the corner with that line. That's unfortunate. He's lost quite a bit of time there. He's not having a great deal of luck. Let's go back and see what's happening back here with the Group 2 cars. Yeah, the lobby one's been going a bit longer than us because we have more fun. We decide to test the limits of messing up. Let's follow Phil, bless him, who's at the back but still much faster than me. He's 13 seconds behind, but he is catching. He must have had a serious problem on his first lap or second lap. Just watch him go into this corner and the Group 2 car with the very interesting livery, which is kind of like a multi-coloured dinghy. So his last lap, yes, his first lap was a 3:02, and even for an out lap, even for the first lap, that's way too slow. And he's made up 10 seconds on Ostuni. He must have had a bit of a problem there. Oh, so Ostuni, yeah, 1:54 for his last lap. He lost a lot. He lost a lot there. He's on medium tyres. They're both on medium tyres. Let's have a look at the wear. The wear's pretty much the same. So they've both had little issues. Phil on the first lap. And getting the power down again. It's so difficult. Group 2 cars, I find him a bit sort of twitchy on the rear and the power. They've got so much power. So much power. Lesmo 2. Now he's got this straight. Is he going to be able to... He's well within slipstream. Only took 0.2 of a second behind. He's going to be able to get very close, but will he be able to get down the inside on the brakes? He feathered the throttle there because he knows there's another straight, and he can see that Ostuni's having a few problems, but so see, he's lost a ton of time there. Oh my goodness, this is what I was saying about the downforce. But he's... Ostuni, it looks like he's lifted. It looks like he lifted to let him past because he knows Phil's fast. That's very gentleman, very sportsmanlike. Incredible. Really, really good. Not going into the pits. It's not picking up a slipstream. He doesn't want to go any faster. But he is catching him up, hand over fist. What will happen going into the Varianta? And he's taking him. That's unusual. I don't know what's going on there. It seemed like he let him pass because he was going so slow down the straight. But then he took him again. So I think that's a battle that's going to be ongoing for a while. Let's go to Daniel at the front. Something seems to have... He's broken the toe, according to Matty, 3/4 of a second. Within that you've got slipstream. Outside of that you haven't, and he is pulling away. It took him a while to get into the Group 1 racing that we did last time at Spa, but he did really well, really well. That's who's missing. Holman isn't here. That's so strange. I would have thought Holman would have been here. Oh, you got to watch that sausage. It's not a German sausage. He lost a bit of time there. It's pushing. He needs to be careful. This is a long race. There's another 43 laps to go. 44 laps, yeah, 43 and a half laps to go. So, They Hate Melty has made his way back up. He's actually, is he holding station or reeling Daniel in? I think these two could fight each other quite successfully. They both seem pretty good. Daniel is pulling away though. They Hate Melty. He's now got 1.2 seconds before and behind. Chat challenge. Ant, can you remember what Daniel's flag is? Oh, I think it's Colombia. Did we decide it was Colombia? Let me know. So, these three seem to be pulling away as a little group of their own. Approximately, oh, he's good on the brakes, isn't he? Can he get the power down and pull away? He has gained a little bit in that braking zone around Curva Grande, where he's losing a bit of time. He doesn't seem to have as much grip or downforce. See what we got. Medium tyres. Let's check what the tyres people are on. We did this medium for the front three, all wearing. Remember that both softs and mediums have to be used in this race at least once. Medium for 4th place, who's 6 seconds behind Ray Riviera, who was in the fight at the beginning, but seems to have settled into a little battle for 4th and 5th with J92. Can't even see, there's definitely no slipstream going on there. If we go back, again on his lonesome with this little battle here, looks like there's a slipstream, a mild slipstream there, into Ascari. Oh, turned in a little bit late, so he sent a telegram to the first apex and, you know, on the second left-hand apex, actually shook their hand. Now, the other thing that I've got in the description is a link not only to Matt's stream, I've also got a link to Help for Heroes. So if anybody is able to, Heroes, donate, go to that website and donate what you can to support the charity. Support the charity. And as I said earlier, when I was having a good old moan, whingy moan that I'm good at, a little ruse rant, you know, get onto your politicians that if they're going to send people to go into harm's way, that if they end up getting harmed, whether mentally or physically, they need to put their money where their mouth is and look after them when they come home. It's no good relying on, it's great that these charities exist, but I'm angry the charities need to exist. You know, I'm not going to get into the debate about whether people should be going off to fight wars or to go into conflicts. That's another debate for another time. But our governments do send our people to these places. Right, what's Giant Tonic going to be doing here? Phil did get out of the way, but it's not the best place to come across a much slower car. Right, let's see what's going on at the front. It's now 2.9 seconds nearly between first and second place, so there's no challenge there. Let's have a look at the times. The tyres wearing at a very similar rate. It's interesting, Ray's tyres seem to be wearing a touch more, especially the front left. Whereas They Hate Melty, it's more even, but he's got quite a lot of wear on the rear tyres, so I can't see what traction control they've got on these. Perhaps, you know, again, more even. Ray's not using. Yeah, it's interesting how the wear goes on. This is, of course, one of the things that Max and Lewis, especially Lewis, Hamilton, is very good at, and that is look after the tyres. The way they drive, they can be both fast and kind on the rubber, which is somewhere the Bottas falls down. Took that corner well. It's very twitchy steering. Again, not a, oh bless, the Studi got right out of the way. He was so put off trying to get out of the way that he crashed. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Which has given Phil that position. 2.3, 2.5. He lifted right off there. Is it me or are these two deliberately sticking around each other so they can fight? It's very possible. Very possible. Let's see how these tyres are doing. They're all wearing at a similar rate. Small differences. Small differences. Right, let's see who we can see is fighting who. So, on lap 11, 10 laps of genuine racing in. Our leader is Daniel Egert from the Race Asylum. I forgot what the A stands. Agency. There we go. Was it agency? Oh my god, I was told. Race Asylum. Just going back up to the chat because I was told in the chat. I can't find it. I can't find it. Next is They Hate Melty. Oh, I'm such a top professional. Multitasking. Wonderful. Asylum. Race Asylum, and then below that it should tell me has it gone? Has it been removed? Or is it just top chat? Let's have all live chat, that's better. I will stop looking in a minute. Not old, just antique. Yeah. Academy, there you go. Now write that down, Andrew. Next to where you put Race Asylum, div. There you go. So, to finish what I was doing, Dan Eagert is getting on for 6 seconds ahead. You can see the way he takes that, is keeping his throttle down, and he's taking those corners smoothly. Talented guy, talented guy. Also quite smooth, perhaps a little bit more twitchy, but made a bit of time there. 4.5 seconds, less than 4.5 seconds. He's made up about 0.5 of a second there. They Hate Melty, and then 1.7 seconds behind is Ray Riviera in his Super Formula cars. He's catching him up. He's reeling him in slowly, and he is 4.8 seconds on the brakes. He's made up 0.2 on the brakes, but on acceleration it just, you get the concertina effect, do you not? And he's actually so he didn't do Variante Rettifilio as well as They Hate Melty, and he's lost 0.3. It's J92, another one part of the Race Asylum Academy. Remember that. Oh, putting the power down, losing a bit of traction on the back. Entering Lesmo 1, entering Lesmo 2, down a gear. Didn't use all the track, but he stayed safe on it, so he's not got dirty tyres. He's being, is it slowly reeled in by Giant Tonic of the Republic of Ireland, entering into Ascari. Took Ascari very well and made up 0.5 second in that one double chicane. J92 goes defensive, then has to come out. He's being caught. Oh, he's going to have him. He's going to have him. Oh, what's going on there? No, no, no. That was a bit dodgy. Come on now, lads. We're all alongside each other. J92's taking as wide a line as he can. Sorry, Giant Tonic's taking as wide a line as he can. J92 gave him room and did not do a Max Verstappen. There was no Hamilton Verstappen there. No one had to push anybody off. Pretty sure that last touch was a bit of a mistake. Ray's lost quite a bit more time now, but They Hate Melty is catching. He's catching, quite quickly catching. Could this be because of tyres? No. Let's have a look at the... he did a slower lap. He was a second slower on that last lap, was Daniel. And yes, and Mr. Melty was a second faster. 2.5 faster. He's flying. Obviously he's in a bit of a groove here. Catching up, less than a second now. There's no DRS on these cars. It's just pure slipstream and skill. Slipstream, he's making it all, see, it's gone from 9 to 6/10 on the brakes. Pretty much holding station on the brakes time-wise. No, he's gained 0.3 of a second on the brakes. Around Curve Grande. He's got his rain light on. He's got the inside line. He's got the inside line. Will he get on the brakes? On the brakes. Can he make the corner? He's managed it. He's just managed the corner. Excellent. Great work. We have a new leader. They Hate Melty has charged in front. He's charged in front. Oh. Concentrate. Keep it together. But of course he's being challenged. He's being challenged. And there's a big slipstream going down this Curve Seraglio, and Daniel's taking it around the outside. Ascari, respectful racing, super respectful racing. This is a great little battle. Parabolica, oh, unfortunate, he couldn't stop it. Daniel was a bit slower entering than Melty expected, but no damage done. He didn't punt him off, which is good. Oh, the side by side line. That's where he took him last time. Oh, but he didn't. Can he get it around the corner? He's got the undercut. Has he got the undercut? He's got the traction down. They're still alongside each other, side by side around Curve Grande, like Schumacher and Hamilton all those years ago. When Hamilton was in a McLaren and Schumacher was in the early Mercedes cars. And that's fantastic. Side by side around 3 corners, and they're entering Lesmo 1 side by side. What fantastic racing. This is Alonso and Button all over again at Spa. Corner after corner, and Daniel just manages to creep ahead. That's incredible. Superb, but yet another slipstream. Yet another slipstream. 16 laps in. Oh, and they're coming up to the back markers in the Group 2 cars. This is... Oh no! Daniel distracted by the Group 2 cars. Daniel nearly lost the back end, but he's held it and he's got a slipstream. And we've got the other Group 2 car at Parabolica. Oh no, Phil, what are you going to do? There's nowhere you can go, mate. He's trying to keep out the way. Oh, use your mirrors. Get on the team radio, Phil. And of course, because the stream on YouTube is a few seconds behind what I'm seeing on the actual race. Oh my goodness, that was a gutsy, crazy move. He's desperate to get ahead. Oh, that was a mad, bad move, that was. He's definitely a competitive gentleman of Latin temperament. But he hasn't got the inside line. As long as he... Oh, but he took it around the outside. Oh, nearly lost the back twice. Oh, they've both come off. They've taken each other off. That's the problem. You see, that's the problem. And they're both behind the back markers again in the Group 2 cars. Do you know, I'd hate to do Le Mans because they've got all those different classes of racing cars. How many cars have been taken off by going past? So 3 seconds ahead is Ray, who just charged past them when they were hitting each other. So Daniel was very fighty indeed. Oh, he's messed up on this Scary chicane. So he's got to take your half second, mate. You've got to take your half second on a straight. Alright, he's taking it on the corner a little bit. Oh, he's got his head down. I think he's driving angry now. Driving angry. So because of the argy-bargy going into Lesmo, was it Lesmo? Or coming out of Roggia, sorry, not Roglio. Getting my names confused and mixed up. He tagged Melty. Melty got a fishtail. Daniel got a fishtail. It was all a bit of a mess. It's elbows out racing here at Monza. Right, well, while they've got a bit of a gap against each other, let's have a look around. Oh, and of course this has brought Giant Tonic back right up to Daniel. So now Daniel's going to have to be defensive, or on the defence, against yet another rival. Giant Tonic. Oh, who's gone? Ray was in first and he's crashed out. Oh, his tyres are completely buggered there. He couldn't, and I guess his tyres are so knackered that he couldn't use first to pull away because they just span up with no traction, and then also dirty. Oh, he's going to have to take this very carefully. Very carefully. So I'm reckoning 18 laps, if I remember correctly, on the Group 1 cars. We're at a pit stop window. This is where people will soon have to be coming in. Ray would probably be a good time for him to swap his tyres because they are knicky-knackanood. Knicky-knacky-kanood. Let's see if Ray goes into the pits. Yep, thought he would. They'll be putting the softs on. Giant Tonic is now, oh, again. Now his tyres are okay, but he's really struggling. He's driving angry, I bet it's driving angry. You're trying too hard to stay ahead, and so you go off. It works sometimes. I think he's basically a faster driver than Giant Tonic, but he's trying too hard, pushing too hard, and therefore making mistakes like then. He got past, but he ended up coming off the circuit, and Tonic just goes straight back past him. Keep it tidy, control your emotions. Be like the Iceman. Be like the Schumacher. D-Max Rating, hello. And Dark Coyote 82, welcome. Welcome. I was so engrossed in the battles going on in these super formula cars. So let's have a look at Ray. He's got his soft tyres on and therefore will be hopefully going quite a bit faster. Fastest lap at the moment is They Hate Melty. So let's see. These two guys are sort of hanging around each other, keeping each other company, and when one gets a bit of a gap they seem to slow down so they can keep a fight going. See, the 150s, 42s, 41s, fastest there's a 141.5 and the fastest there's a 141.6. So they're both having their own problems, and their tyres, you can see Ostuni's tyres are in a much worse condition. Yep, they're chatting to each other. Okay, you see, you got Phil and Ostuni chatting to each other, and they're going to pit at the same time. And if they were sort of really battling each other instead of having a laugh, because then Phil would take advantage of the fact that his tyres are in a better condition. As you can see there, it's a clip between them, in a much better condition than Ostuni's. Right. Oh, look at those rear tyres. Straight in the pits, mate. Absolutely gone. Absolutely gone. So they'll all be putting softs on so that they're using both. Ray Riviera is now on lap, what was it, 2 or 3 of his fresh soft tyres. Catching up with the Group 2 cars. Let's see how he manages to deal with the Group 2 cars. Phil is, oh, so unfortunate. Phil lost it there. Coming out of that corner. 5 seconds between them. Ian's in the pits. I presume putting on soft tyres. Quite a long pit stop. Let's see, what's Ray's last lap? 1:31.1. So this lap should be a 1:30, 1:32. Okay. According to this, he pitted on lap 15, but I think that's bollocks because it was 17 or 18 that I said. Alright, let's have a look what's going on at the front. We spent so much time on them earlier, I thought I'll give him a bit of a chance. So, he's got soft tyres on, has J92. He's obviously had a pit stop earlier. 14 it says there, which may or may not be true. Who knows? D-Max, no problem about supporting this charity. It's, as I said at the beginning, it's close to my heart. My dad was a World War II veteran in Burma, and it's a weird one because he never used to talk about it, and Burma was a bad place to fight, a very bad place. I mean, I don't think there's any such thing. There's no such thing as a good place to fight. That's just a dumb thing to say, but yeah, Burma was particularly nasty, I believe. Yeah, he used to moan at me for not being tough enough because I'm a softie, and then moan at me that I should be in the army and toughen myself up. Oh, I could go in the army now if I had my whole body back and I'd be fine. I'd be no problem at all. I'm a lot harder than I used to be. Back then though, I'd have been eaten alive. But I've had a lot of friends. I've had friends that fought in the Falklands. I've had friends that fought in both Gulf Wars. I used to have a lot of pals on the American bases in Mannheim and Heidelberg when I lived over in Germany. Yeah. Yeah. So when you see the effects, you can't help but want to support. So let's rejoining this battle that was going on hot a little bit early between Giant Tonic and Daniel Egint. Daniel's got himself sorted and he's pulled away. He was driving rashly, shall we say. Now, okay, so they've both pitted. They've both got soft tyres. They hate Melty, who ended up inheriting the lead after Giant Tonic no, get it right. Ray Riviera inherited the lead after Daniel and They Hate Melty had a 2-3 lap side-by-side battle every corner. Both of them trying so hard to get ahead and pull ahead that they took each other off and ended up going right back. And then Ray had an incident that put him right back. And while they were fighting, Giant Tonic then was within range of fighting Daniel, which allowed They Hate Melty to get a bit of a lead. Okay, so there is 22.5 seconds. Fresh medium tyres. Oh, well, that's interesting. He's put medium tyres on, but he came from medium tyres. So he's going to have to pit again to put softs on, because the rules of this race are you have to put softs on. Well, you have to use both types of tyres, and mediums and softs are the choice. So everyone's going to have to pit again. I mean, it was what, 17 laps that lasted, the medium tyres, so everyone's going to have to pit again anyway. So at the moment he's obviously not getting the softs out of the way. Oh, messed up track limits, half a second penalty. But he's slowly catching up with Giant Tonic. Now, Giant Tonic will have to pit very soon because he's running out of fuel. Daniel is running out of fuel, and then what we should see, those tyres, they're bad, but if you notice, which is what you would expect for a left-hand high-speed track, especially as the cars are traction limited, the back tyres are wearing more than the front, and the back left is wearing more than the back right. You could tell some of the other cars, they had an even wear on the rear. worse than the front, but still even on the back. They were people that are having trouble getting the traction down. They were spinning the tyres up, so it was overriding the wear that comes from cornering. I know that we have veterans in the chat. You've got Wascal Wabbit, who was in the chat a little bit earlier. He's a veteran of various conflicts. I think D-Max is. You've got Neil the Seal. I don't know, he's not in this chat, but he is one of the people. So he's in. Okay, Giant Tonic is leaving it another lap. He should have enough. I did notice so there's no boost, but there is an overtake button, which I hadn't looked at earlier. I've not actually noticed the overtake button before. I was too busy looking at everything else. He's on fumes at the moment. Again, you can see the left rear is more worn than the right rear. English. He's actually pulling away. How's that possible? I don't know how that's possible. On fresh medium tyres, Giant Tonic is pulling away because he was 20. Was it 23.5 or 22.5? Oh, second again. Track limits though. He's having real trouble with these track limits. He's got to pull in soon. So Daniel has fallen behind Jay, who has already pitted. He's ended up 9 seconds behind. It's J92. These guys obviously know each other because they drive for the same team, RAA Racing, which is Racing Asylum Academy, now that I can remember. Changing for... It's not telling me what he's on. J92's gone past, but he's got 35 seconds. No, he's not. See, it's confusing it yourself. He's been taken by Daniel. Now, why has he got a penalty? I haven't served the 1 second yet, so he's still got a penalty. So he's lost out big time on this, because Ray has stopped. Ray stopped a while ago, and he's ahead of Giant Tonic, who was in third. So he's lost 2 places there. Daniel lost a place to It's J92. And let's see, let's follow him for a little while. I want to see if he's catching They Hate Melty up. There's a 2.5 second gap. Doing some pretty consistently fast times. Most of them are the 131s. He did a 130 a couple of laps ago. He was a bit slower last lap because it was a late 131, nearly 132. So it's not catching up yet. Let's get to the end of the lap. On the straight he's catching up. So it looks like the overtake button isn't being used. Chat challenge, is the overtake button activated for the Super Formula cars? 131, so a little bit very similar lap to the last one. It's really weird the way it puts 27 twice. It's just terrible. I hope they sort this kind of nonsense out for Grand Theft GT7, Gran Turismo 7. Right, so he is catching him up. He has made 2/10 over that lap. Oh, Melty's made a mistake, and so has J92. J92 took the sausage, perhaps distracted by Melty just straight line in the chicane because he took it. It was going in too fast. They're obviously pushing hard. pushing hard. So even though this is a 100 lap race, after this 51 laps, including the out lap, the parade lap behind my little Mini, you've got another 50 lap race, splitting it into two, so that if we have any of these problems with servers and all that kind of stuff, I do wonder how we're going to do the restart, whether it's just going to be in line order or whether there's going to be like a gap enforced. Right, overtake button was being used there. It lit up. Right, so overtake is available. That answers that question. Thank you very much. Button on the screen. He's now only a second behind. So yeah, because they both made a mistake. Let's go back a little bit. Oh, Ray is right up the chuff of Daniel. Challenging him. And he's going super fast. Okay, lap 26 was a slow one for some reason. Or was it the other way around? Did Daniel overtake Ray? Hence the 3 seconds, 2.5 second loss in time. And Giant Tonic is behind him. There they are, you can see them ahead. Let's just catch this little battle again. But they're all coming together. This is after being quite a distance apart. They're all concertinaing up. Oh, mistake ahead by They Hate Melty, who's lost. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, challenging. Well, they both did a pretty good job of wow. So you've got 5 out of the 6. See where Ian seems to be having lots of troubles today. Yeah, his time's a bit all over the place. I think he's struggling with the car. But frankly, I mean, I can't even drive these damn things. So even though he's way back, oh, it's possible that, yeah, he's several laps down. He's 7 minutes 50 seconds behind the guys in front, and he's getting penalties hand over fist. But Ian, honestly, mate, you're on your 24th lap. You're flying. I mean, compared with anything I could do, you're absolutely flying. Oh, there's a mistake going on there. No way, he's gone. Oh, Ian, no. That's such a shame. Such a shame. That's such a shame. That really is. So we have lost Diesel Dave, Follow Me, and we have lost Ian, and we lost VQS Holman as well, who didn't start the race. It's just a pity. I think Holman especially would have been a hell of a challenge for the front, a very fast driver. But, you know, it's the way everything rumbles and tumbles and crumbles, whether it be a cookie or anything else. Everyone's together. You've got all 5 cars separated by 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4 seconds. Oh, Melty, what are you doing? No. Well, I'm sorry, but that just reminds me of Tomato Marzipan, the young blonde F1 driver with a billionaire Russian mob father, putting his car close enough alongside young Mickey Schumacher at exactly that corner. Mick Schumacher turns into the corner, And of course Marzipan's got his wheel there and he just punts him off and goes, he turned into me. Yeah, you should have been there. You can't take that corner that shallow at that speed. You were always going to hit him unless you backed off and slid in behind him like you should have. So, yeah. Keith, yes, it is very tight. And, you know, everyone's making mistakes. How did he do that? I'm impressed with that, mate. He drifted it around the outside of Parabolica. That's like someone, that's like, who did the big bulls overtake at Suzuka? But it compromised him on the straight, perhaps. He's going to try for the cutback, get a better drive out of it. Unfortunately, he took too much. Oh, that's the problem. Can't get your power down. And of course, hitting the sausage doesn't help either. That's such a tricky chicane. But oh, should have noticed that. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, oh, they're all at it. What is going on, everyone? Oh my God, this is amazing. This is like watching Ginetta Juniors and British Touring Cars. You can't get down there, Daniel, mate. The elbows you use aren't. You put your car in places you shouldn't. This isn't Plebs racing style. This is, you know, daily race 2 or 1 or whatever. I don't know. I mean, the guy's fast, seriously fast, but I'm not impressed with the nature of the overtakes. I prefer cleaner racing. Whoa, what's going on there? I don't know whether J92 lost it on his own or was punted by Melty. This is all getting a bit fraught. All getting a bit fraught. But these 5 cars are so close after 32 laps and a pit stop. They're all so close. I want to go back and show you Phil and Ostuni, because, you know, Hooligan and Ostuni, because they've been sort of having a little bit of a fun time at the back. They've not really fight. They've been fighting each other, you know, going for overtakes, and then when they get a couple of seconds on them, they back off and carry on playing. It's, you know, I guess driving around on your own is just boring, because there's no way they'll ever be able to overtake any of these guys. These cars are too fast. So let's see what happens here. No challenges yet. So at the moment, and this could all change, folks, very fast. Aggression level 99, yeah. I did issue a chat challenge because I found out, or I think that is the Colombian flag on Daniel's, and oh my goodness, J92 making sure that he stayed in the lead, understeering out and doing a. Now they're all Hamilton and Verstappen, and I'm not either. I admire the driving skill of both of them, but I am not a specific fan of. Oh, they're all just, it's all happening of either of them. I like Alonso because he's mad, and Norris because I'm a McLaren. I follow McLaren. McLaren and Williams. Williams no longer exist, of course. They're now American Williams. You know, they're like Prince Harry. They've gone to America, and they no longer represent this country. But, you know, Williams was my first love, McLaren was my second love. I like Alfa Romeo because Alfa Romeos are awesome. I'll tell you a little story about Alfa Romeo and this track in a second. But when they say that Hamilton punted Verstappen off here and Verstappen punted Hamilton off there, and my answer is yes, they did. From day one, Verstappen has been none too interested. We're keeping this angle so we can see what's happening with these nutters in front. No, wrong. Oh, that button. There's been none too interested in giving way to anyone, and he's done some pretty dodgy stuff. I remember when Raikkonen had a problem with him for a long time because he would move 2 or 3 times in a braking zone, and it was dodgy. He's still that guy. He is Schumacher-esque in his lack of interest in. Oh, up the inside. Can he stop it on the brakes? It's alongside. He's done a Hamilton and pulled across, and Ray's didn't really have much choice but to do a Max and try and take the corner as best he could. See, that's what's happening. Oh, 3. There's 3 of them. There's actually 4 of them, but oh, took the sausages. Sausages upset those cars. Oh, there's no space down there. Daniel's not going to look. He's weaving all over the place. You can't go through Lesmo 2, but that's where Daniel did it that time, wasn't it? Yeah, so that, you know, Max Verstappen was very dangerous, incredibly skillful and aggressive, and he's honestly having someone like Hamilton always has been and had a reputation for dangerous overtakes. If you remember back in the day, Webber used to have a go about him and all sorts of stuff. They all were people that made a point of going for gaps, and I'm with Senna on this. If you no longer go for a gap, you can't call yourself a racing driver. You know, one of the reasons why Bottas isn't as successful is that he doesn't go for gaps in that way. Hi Matty, how's your race? Have you finished you were way ahead of us. Have you finished part 1 yet? Or have you started part 2? So I thought that, oh no, that was so unfortunate. That was not deliberate. He lit up the rear tyres, did Ray. Oh my goodness, lit up the rear tyres and just didn't ghost quick enough to not be punted further. So the first 3 have managed to get a little bit of a gap and a little bit of a gap between each other. I say little, it's 1.5 seconds. And then it's and it's not. Oh! Again, 9 seconds back. He's cleaning his tyres up, and he's going to have to get his head down and get going. Such a shame. I hope Ian comes back for part 2. First half done, yeah, taking 10 minutes, right, so that's how it's going to work. Marvellous. Well, I hope Ian, Cars IA9, comes back for part 2. That was brave, but the cutback, legit move, brave and legit move, but you go in shallow to parabolica, you're going to understeer wide. It's got to happen. And sensible move made by Giant Tonic, who's well and truly still in this fight. They're all tripping over each other so effectively that no one can gap anybody else. No one can gap them. 1.3 seconds, so that's coming down, and Daniel's managing to get himself under control and go quick, even with such. So Ray's got to negotiate. Oh, that wasn't good. Come on, Astuna, you've got to be aware of the faster car coming past you. You've got to be aware. I don't know what view you got on. Oh, come on, Ray. Slow in, fast out, mate. How's this working? There's going to be a lot of slipstream. Oh. Both took them cleanly, but Daniel took a slightly later apex on the 3rd part of the chicane. Got himself a bit more drive, which he'd need to go down this straight, which I couldn't find a name for. I didn't look that hard, but it's the straight between Variante Ascari and Curva Parabolica. Oh, so who's ended up in the pits? That was Ray. Was it Ray? Who was in the pits? Now this is interesting because two front runners are on softs, but Daniel has got a lot less wear than Jay, who is, look at the tyres, they are, and you can see a noticeable difference between the left and right sides. He's doing a pretty good job of putting the power down though, because if you notice, nearly out of fuel. Right, this explains a lot actually, because he made up a load of time. Maybe he short fueled it. Soft tyres, it makes sense, because Daniel has got a ton of fuel left. Now the mediums that they hate Melty was wearing, they're looking pretty good condition. I think he's done about 10 laps on them, maybe less than 10 laps. Right, J92, but they're all so close, he's losing a ton of positions. Oh, here we go. Melty, slipstream, that gives a big slipstream to Giant Tonic. Oh, he's got up the inside, but he can't keep it on the outside. Oh, Daniel, oh, I don't know what's going on there. He gave him room, but then kind of cut across. Maybe it's a problem with the steering. Brave move, mad move. I mean, it is one of the overtaking places, but that chicane, especially the second part of it, if you don't get the first part right, you can't get the second part. Oh, Daniel's tyres are, as we know, quite worn. Can't get the power down. So Giant Tonic has inherited the lead. He's kept a nice and clean right. He's on lap 38 and he pitted on lap 31, and according to that on lap 29 as well, so he's done a cracking job. Plenty of fuel, though his tyres are wearing. Now Melty's tyres, he's on mediums and he's also got plenty of fuel, so into Parabolica, he's used his overtake very cleverly, but he entered too fast. See, that's not bad though, not bad. He might have dirty tyres now. Phil had to wee. I'm so sorry for you guys in the back. I'm going to join you in a little bit. It's just there's so much madness going on here. So much madness. So that was a pretty good overtake using the sorry, using the overtake button. Oh dear! That is what the idiots in the Formula 1 commentary system call a tank slapper, which isn't a tank slapper, because a tank slapper, as I have said repeatedly, is the handlebars of a motorcycle hitting the fuel tank of a motorcycle because of a resonance on the front wheel of a motorcycle, not the back end setting up a resonance, side to side swinging weight transfer of a car. In fact, technically you can have a fishtail on a motorbike, but it will be the back wheel doing it. So Mr. Melty has pulled a 1 second lead. He's got no overtake button left. There's a little bit of overtake left for Mr. Giant Tonic, who is 3.7 seconds ahead of Daniel, whose tyres are well and truly wearing, but he's got a ton of fuel left and he's got all of his overtake. All of his overtake. Then, with brand new racing softs, we have, and he's used the softs a few times now, J92. 26 seconds behind, but he is catching up. 131.6s compared with 133s. And 135 for Daniel. 131.5 for the last lap. So he's not catching up with Giant Tonic, who's doing a superb job. That's really quick. And then Mr. Melty, 1:31.1s, faster, pulling away. Pretty good, pretty damn good. So how do you... Oh, we're getting to see the back markers. Oh, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? Clean, very good. Room was left by Mr. Phil, as opposed to Dr. Phil. Zuni still not... Ostuni not paying attention to his mirrors. Pick a side. Pick a side and a side. Decide where you're going. (1:31.1). Still, I mean, Melty's got the fastest lap of 1:29.5. 1:30.9. Really good. It's interesting because Giant Tonic has done a few 1:31.45s and then has done quite a few 1:32.45s. So, and there's a bit of a gap between each. There's like 1 second difference between the two types of time that he seems to do. You got to wonder whether the slower times are the ones where he's battling someone. So there's a gap building up there. J92, quiet and lonesome, but he's had an extra pit stop. His tyres are not worn. He's got plenty of fuel, so he'll be able to charge along, catching up, doing the undercut, as it's now called. It's really weird when this undercut appeared. It happened when they stopped refuelling. Of course, it used to be that the advantage you got from your tyres was outweighed by the fuel you took on, so you ended up going slower after a pit stop. And then there was this kind of weird section in the middle where your fuel had gone down a bit, but your tyres weren't that worn, and then you could go quick. It's funny how that works. And then, of course, at the end of your stint, you're super light because you're running on fumes, and that's when you can bang in these famous, you know, Schumacher-style laps. Again and again and again. He was so fast and so consistent with those things. It's something Jackie Stewart was known for, repeatedly doing the same time again and again and again, super fast, reliably. He would be slower to preserve the tyres and save fuel, and then when it was needed, he'd get a call over the radio. Well, Jackie Stewart didn't in those days, but it was like 5 fast laps, bang, 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 bang. Schumacher was the same. That was one of his incredible skills. So here we are with Phil, with this Nismo Nissan, with good tyres, plenty of fuel, full boost, chasing down his pal Ostuni 12, and he is chasing him down. Oh, bit of a mistake there. His tyres are a little bit worn there, but plenty of fuel. Let's have a look at this from another angle. AU, gold. In gold letters, got the chemical symbol for gold. So it should be a capital A if you're going to make it right. Push, push, push. Fishtail. Yes. Rue, the encyclopedia of F1. I wish. I would like to be that. Oh, here we go. I would like to be that. So, speaking of encyclopedia of F1, that looks like Mr. Belty. No. No. That was J92 in his lonely fast trek to catch up. 21 seconds, so he is slowly catching up. He is slowly catching up with Daniel, whose tyres are wearing pretty quickly. He's obviously push. I like it. Yes, so here's the little thing. Everybody knows about the world's most amazing Formula One racing team, who was also the world's most amazing pre-Formula One Grand Prix racing company team. Most people have no idea that Alfa Romeo are that team. an Alfa Romeo won the very first World Championship, and I don't mean the World Formula 1 Championship, I mean the World Grand Prix Championship in 1923, I think it was, or 24. They won Le Mans 3 times. They were the only team with the Alfa 158 Alfetta to beat the mighty Germans with their Mercedes and Auto Unions, and they beat them in the 1938 German Grand Prix in Berlin. Hitler wasn't happy. He didn't like that at all. And obviously Mussolini was there having a, having a cuddle and a cake, but he didn't like it. And it was, I think it was Ascari. Was it Ascari or Nuvolari? One of them. Anyway, that I should know that. I just should know that. They won the Mille so many times. They won. They just won so many road races, sports cars, Formula 1 cars, and the racing team, the official works racing team, was a team called Scuderia-Ferrari, and you may have heard of that. That was the Alfa Romeo works racing team, run by the ex-Alfa Romeo apprentice, worker and racing driver, Mr. Enzo Ferrari. He employed, when he was racing, he employed 2 other racing drivers. His very good friend, Antonio Ascari, you may have heard of him, he was pretty good, and another fella. I always keep forgetting this guy's name, so I wrote it down so I didn't. Ugo Sivocci, okay, Ugo Sivocci. So there were 3 racing drivers, Enzo Ferrari, Antonio Ascari and Ugo Sivocci, okay? Now, Ugo Sivocci, he decided, and if you look at photographs of pre-war Alfa Romeos, racing Alfa Romeos, they've got the Alfa badge on the front, and they've got the prancing horse of Scuderia Ferrari on the side, because it was Ferrari's company, he was running the team, but it was Alfa Romeo's cars, and it was a works team. Well, when Ferrari was driving along with his other 2 friends, Ugo decided that he wanted like a lucky symbol. So he painted on the side in a white square a 4-leaf clover, quadrifoglio, clover leaf, and he won every race where he was wearing that badge, the lucky 4-leaf clover, in a white square. And then in 1923, at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, for some reason he didn't have the quadrifoglio on the car, and he got killed. He died. So Enzo and Alberto Ascari painted the 4-leaf clover on their racing cars every time afterwards, but they did it in a triangle because it was to symbolise the 3 racing drivers. So when you see an Alfa Romeo, a modern Alfa Romeo, having it in a square, that's wrong. And it's wrong because it's meant to symbolise the 3 original Alfa Romeo racing team drivers. Quattrofoglio. It doesn't mean a sports Alfa, it means a racing Alfa. And the last Alfa Romeo Formula 1 car, which was the 1938 158 Tipo 158 Alfetta, which means little Alfa, was actually a voiturette. It was a smaller car. They changed the rules to bigger cars, but Alfa made a voiturette, and it was the last car designed by the Alfa Romeo racing team, Scuderia Ferrari, because then he'd had enough of everything. He'd had enough of Mussolini, and he sold the team to Alfa. It became Alfa Corsa, Alfa Racing, and that car was the car they drove with. It wasn't designed by the incredible engineer Vittorio Jano, who was the genius behind all the racing Alfas before that, but by another guy whose name I can't remember, it begins with a C. Anyway, they made a bunch of them. Like I say, 1938 German Grand Prix, it won that. It raced at Le Mans and was the only car on the same lap as the German cars at the end of Le Mans, 24 hours. but he didn't win anything else. And then the war kicked off properly, and they hid 7 of these cars in a cheese factory. They dismantled them and hid them in a cheese factory. Oh, they're battling. Let's watch this little battle here. War ends, 1946. They pull them out of the cheese factory because they would have just been melted down and used as something else. And Ferrari helped Alfa Romeo reassemble them. So Ferrari's still involved, even though he set up another racing car company where he'd started making his own racing cars, and these were developing through the 40s. Melty, no fuel. Yes, in you got to come. We're doing really great, mate. We're doing really great. Let's go back to watching what's going on here, because we're having a bit of a battle. And these cars, in the hands of various racing drivers, including Farina and people like that, Dr. Giuseppe Farina, of the Farina family of engineers. They were all engineers. Pininfarina, the design house, is the Farina family. It was started by the original Farina, another Giuseppe Farina, but he was a little fella, he was tiny, and Pininfarina means titchy, you know, titch. If you imagine if you called someone, hey titch, as a term of endearment, that was his nickname. So Pininfarina was named after the fact that he was Shorty Farina. Anyway, Giuseppe Farina, Dr. Giuseppe Farina, the first drivers' world champion in Formula 1. This Alfa Romeo, the 158 Alfetta, won every single race it entered between June 1946 and July the 14th, Silverstone Grand Prix 1951. Every race it entered. It had something like a 60%, 60 or 90% finish rate, so it's super reliable as well. Compare that with other cars. When it started, it was like 300 horsepower. By the time it had finished, with a 1.5 litre 2-stage supercharged straight 8, oh dear, that's not good. It had 500 odd horsepower. It's a ridiculously powerful car, and is the most successful Grand Prix car, probably the most successful racing car ever made. Not the most successful engine, because that's the Cosworth DFE, but you know, they talk about how successful Mercedes have been. They've not been racing for 8 years solid and won every race they've been in. No. Just an amazing car, and they look amazing. They are worth millions, and they've developed it so much by the end. It was called the 159 Alfetta, but it was, you know, it's basically the same car. And that was the car that won the first 2 world championships. Farina in the first one, though I don't think he should have won that. I think it should have been Fangio, the greatest racing driver ever to have lived. And I'll only accept a possible argument from other, as I am, other Jim Clark fans. I don't care how many race wins Schumacher and Hamilton have got. You look at the percentage win rate. Come back to me. Right, let's go through this lot. I blathered on enough. We're on lap 49. We've got 1.5 laps to go. Stage 1 of Lobby 2 for the Plebs Racing Monzta 100 Help for Heroes charity endurance race is coming to an end, and is led at this point by Giant Tonic, who's 5.5 seconds ahead of the feisty and elbows out Daniel Egan, who is, oh, another big fight. Oh dear, I was just about to say by They Hate Melty on his new tyres, who's just, I don't know what's gone on there, but these two are having a proper ding dong. Neither of them have got overtake button left. 7 seconds ahead of Ray Riviera, who's got a bit of a penalty there. Let's click back to these so that we can see. Oh, around the outside, is it going to work? Oh, he blended the throttle out nicely there, and they didn't take each other off. That's excellent. But his tyres are in much better condition. They're both racing softs. J92 goes defensive, but oh, he drifts across in the braking zone. Superb skill there by They Hate Melty to manage to do the undercut and not crash into him. Unfortunately, he's got the slipstream working against him. Oh, it's so close, so close. Has he got it? He's not going to let him go, is he? He's oh, but no, he can't keep hold of it. Can he get a better drive out of the Variante d'Etaphilia? No, but they've got, now we've seen this before, haven't we, folks? Having the Group 2 cars in the way often causes problems. And now he's got the slipstream. Melty's got the slipstream and he's going around the outside. Oh, it's caused problems. I said. Oh, what are you doing, Group 2 man? Oh no, that's not on. We've seen this a few times by Ostuni. I'm so sorry, mate, but you don't get out of the way and you don't. Oh, it's bad etiquette, bad form, bad form. Oh, bit of retribution there, bit of retribution. They Hate Melty didn't like that, and so he's, I believe that's called, explains to him that you should get out of the way. Because it is a blue flag situation. It is a blue flag situation. They've been lapped multiple times. They're not even in the same race. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I think perhaps a little bit of a steward's inquiry on a few moves that have gone on. So, final lap. Let's just go through and see, because I mean, he could have. They were in a battle there. They were in a battle. Not happy. Not happy. Comments in the chat, please, from the 7 people watching. If any of you can type. What are your opinions on this? You know, understandable anger and retribution from Mr. Melty. I'm not condoning it, but I understand it. Oh dear. Looking forward to this break. I need a wee, and I can make myself another coffee. Get myself a bit of cheese. Cheese grommet. So he's 2.7 seconds behind. Let's watch the leader cross the line with no fuel and knackered tyres. Now, somebody stayed on soft tyres, and I think it was J92. I'm not sure. He's got no fuel left. He's got no fuel left. He's run out of fuel. Daniel has pushed it too far and he's run out of fuel. He does it. Oh, the lucky beggar. Ant needed to get out of the way. Yes, I completely agree with you. I mean, yeah. Oh my goodness. They're all on fumes, but Daniel went across the line with his engine had cut out. Ray. Okay, so let's do it from the back car. I mean, look, they're 5 laps. They've been lapped 5 times. 5 laps down, 12 seconds to finish. But at least they got to finish, go over the line. At least they've gone over the line. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The result of part 1 of Lobby 2. Oh dear, now I've got to, the stream will be carrying on, or we're going to do it in 2 streams. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, so I'll go through the results. Part 1 of Lobby 2, Giant Tonic, followed by Daniel Egent. Followed by J92. Daniel went over the line on fumes. His engine had cut out and his momentum, very lucky that the finish line's at that end. Followed by They Hate Melty in 4th place. Ray Riviera in 5th. Ostuni 12 and Phil, the hooligan, pulling up the rear in the Group 2 cars. So, I guess we're all going to have a bit of a Ooh. They Hate Melty, bless him, who... Thank you so much, Mr. They Hate Melty, for doing that. It's fantastic. I'll just do a bit of a message here. I need to... There's the member list. Where is he? Oh. No worries. See you again. Thank you. Sorry, I got you. So, I mean, that's doing. He knows he's done a bad thing. He's done a bad thing. By the way, he's ratting y'alls. I'm gathering he's from deep south, somewhere down south of the the Mason. What's the Mason-Dixon? The Mason-Dixon line, isn't it? Who were English? They were from Lake Newcastle, up in Geordieland. Very nice Dire Straits song about that, or at least Martin Offler. Little nudges here and there. Oh dear. That was a close and brilliant fight. That really was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the kettle on, get myself a cup of tea. I'm going to put it on mute, but I'll keep the stream going. I don't think there's any point in stopping the stream, starting again, typing it all in again. One stream to rule them all, one stream to find them, one stream to bring them all and have lots of Help for Heroes money behind them. I'm quite proud of that. It's quite good, that one. Right. Hang around. Make yourself a cuppa, be back in 5. Righty ho, everybody. I have coffee, I have juice, I have a carrot, and I have cheese. These things are what we needed. We needed them. Yes. Are people waiting for me to join them? Okay. Do we have to use both time counters? So I'm guessing. Oh, put my glasses on so I can actually see what people are typing. Spectate. So everyone's here and ready to go. Yes, indeedy. Oh, right, so how's everybody how's everybody doing? How's it going? Let's see if I can do something here with this. Exciting racing happening with these mad cars, the mad ones. If you're wondering which ones they are, they're the ones driven by the mad people as they madly drive around very fast, trying to get in front. Monza, where the red cars push. And you got to wonder, what is that you can hear in the background? Could it be the greatest rock band ever? The three-piece symphony orchestra talking about a red barchetta. Could be. One day. It certainly is, Mr. Ants. It could possibly be, maybe. Red barchetta. So, anyone wondering why I'm not saying anything? Apart from the fact that I've got brilliant background music, which I'm probably not allowed to play. Phil, good lad. If you know Rush, then you're all right by me. I still haven't got over the terrible death of the Professor, and I still shake my head in wonder every time I hear the music. This is the song that, if I ever get that far, will become the theme tune to my channel, if I ever need one. No, probably not. You're right, however, that doesn't mean I can't do it anyway. There's some pretty good videos made by people that I've got to know. People like Arkies and Diaco and all this kind of stuff. You know, some pretty well edited and good bits created, and it's fun to do. So, you know, when I get off my lazy arse and do that kind of stuff. We are waiting after a brief rest, after 50 laps, as people are getting ready to get on for another oh, what's going on? 50 laps of Monza, part 2. Right, Melty, you're getting going, I guess. So thank you so much for everything you've done, mate. Super duper, absolutely super duper. So let's fade the music out. Fade the music out. And here we go. Ready. Ready. And they're off. Go, 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 go. Sort of. Oh, it's doing that thing again. Oh. So, Daniel, followed by Ray, followed by Giant Tonic, followed by J92. J92 does a fantastic move down the inside of Giant Tonic. Battle for the lead as well between Ray Riviera. Daniel had taken the lead away from him at corners 1 and 2. The Variante del Rettifilio, but Ray goes down the inside. They're on soft tyres. Oh, there's a bit of a clean racing though. Oh, but coming up the rear. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Giant Tonic wants to get in there. He wants to get in there. They've already left J92 behind a little way. I don't know what's happened there. Ostuni seems to have disappeared. Has he gone? Has he got some problems that prevent him from continuing with the race? That's really sad. Oh, I see what you mean, Ant. Yeah, sorry, I just read that. I see what you mean. So, little gaps have appeared, but there is a slipstream. There is a slipstream. They've all got about 3/4 of a second on each other. Oh, J92's caught up. Oh, he had been dropped a little bit. So, we've lost Melty. Everyone hates Melty, has had to go. It was not any kind of rage thing or anything like that. He just had a time limit on how long he could drive. Just really grateful for him joining us and you know, being able to create or help create such a fantastic, close, exciting racing. And we have the 4 Super Formula cars. What? Within 1.5 seconds of each other. They've all had 50 laps of practice. Well, 51 now. Lots of slipstream here. Oh, there's 2 fights going on. I'm going to stay at the back so we can at least see all of them. Oh, he had a bit of a problem taking Parabolica as well as he could. Yellow flag. That looks like Ostuni, whose car's just just sat there. Oh, there's some moves going on here. Oh, but he couldn't get it stopped. He couldn't get it stopped. J92 did an extremely brave move there coming into the first chicane. Variante del Rettifilio. Round Curve Grande. Oh no, wrong way. He's having another go. He's still trying to get ahead. He managed to kept it clean and he's done it. He's got ahead. He's got ahead. Oh no! Ray Riviera's overcooked it going into oh, brain's gone. Going into Lesmo 1, and he's ended up on the gravel, so he's got dirty tyres and he's going to lose a chunk of time to the three in front. It looks like Daniel has got himself a bit of a gap. It's just over a second, but this fight is very much still on. Very much still on. I mean, he's still there. He's going to catch up. He's only a second behind, and Daniel's only a second ahead. You can smell blood. And we have 46 laps to go. Indeed, he's catching up. He's catching up. It was 1.1, now it's 0.9. 0.6 to the leader from second. It's all happening. It's all happening. Oh, is there going to be a dive down into Lesmo 1? Oh, they've kept it very clean. Superb. Superb with a clean attack and a clean defence. Room was left. No understeering into each other. What's going on behind? Definitely there. Let's get a bird's eye view. He's alongside. He's alongside. Oh, how did he hang in there? Oh, it's 3 into 1. Does not go, but there's 4 into 1. What on earth? Ray charged up the inside. He's what? And he's battling for the lead. 3 abreast into Parabolica. Impossible. Weird how it ghosted there. That was really bizarre. So, okie doke, Ostuni is still sat at Parabolica. So I don't know. He must still be there. Look at this. The front 4 cars, the Super Formula cars. This position now is already 43 seconds ahead of Phil, the Hooligan, 81. Part of the PRT team, Plebs Racing. Plebs Racing, everybody. And the organiser, one of the organisers, and certainly the organiser of this event, and Phil's the guy that you bother with questions, bless him, about the charity races for sure. He's done a great job. Yes, Ant. He melted away like snoo. So, Ostuni, if you can hear us, mate, bring your wonderful fried chicken from the deep south back to us. We miss you. You were having a great laugh with Phil. We appreciated you. All of us. The 5 million people watching us now. Oh, no, just 5. But whatever. There he is. Just sat there. Phil, a lonely 48 seconds behind us all. Look at this battle. Oh, it was a very strong slipstream. Oh, a bit of a mistake there by Ray. Not by Ray, sorry, by Daniel, when he was doing so well. But they kept it clean. kept it clean. He's going to have dirty tyres perhaps. How dirty will his tyres be on this bit? Look at these lap times. 1:31.9, 1:32.5. Oh, bit of argy-bargy, but still no one punted anybody off, so that's really good. I am going to take a bite of carrot. Yum, 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 yum. No, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, I just like carrots. I'm like Bugs Bunny. Yeah. What's up, Doc? So, he's lost a second, he's lost a bit of time, but there's plenty of time for him to catch up. He's on medium tyres, whereas the other three are on softs. Oh, yes. So, 1.5 seconds gap at the front. J92's leading away. Giant Tonic is slowly losing touch with J92, but is pulling away 1.8 seconds ahead of Ray Riviera, who is now being reeled back in by Daniel. He's cleaned his tyres, he's calmed himself down, and he's applying himself to catching up. Well, we've got a bit of a gap and there's nothing to necessarily miss. Let's go have a look at Phil in his stealth car, camo car, Nissan Nismo GTR, available for going into the woods and shooting deer because it's camouflaged. Uh-oh. And there's a Stoonie 12's car slowly drifting downhill. Now we're getting on like a bit. So 1.3. So yeah, this gap's about the same. Slightly smaller gap to them behind. Oh, it's caught up. It's caught up a bit through the Scari. The Scari chicane. Marvellous. Very good. Whee! Round what am I saying? Whee! Go round Parabolica! It's taking a tighter line. J92 ended up using the curbs on the exit. Oh, you can see the dirt. You see, he's trying to pick up the slipstream, but you can see the dirt that's going to be on those tyres now. On the right tyres. Take it easy. See, it's so much better when you can unhurriedly brake, take it easy into that chicane. It's such a difficult chicane. Round Curve Grande. Approaching Roggia. Arianta della Roggia. Roggia. Round Lesmo 1. Round Lesmo 2. And he's closer than ever. 3.36 of a second. Right, I reckon the overtake button was being used by somebody there because he pulled away when he was being slipstreamed. Quite a powerful overtake button then. Fair enough. But again, he's very good at a Scari, Mr. Giant Tonic. It seems to be, you know, quite a skillful Ascari master. Ascari master. Now, more or less 4/10 of a second behind. And follow them into Variante del Retafilio. You know what he's doing? He's taking it easy, nice and cautious, in a good line in and out. Both of them did a really good job of that. They are being caught. Oh, a penalty for Ray Riviera. But his times, I mean, look at that. He's got the fastest lap, a 1:30, 1:67. Oh, no! No. So he'll have another penalty, I'm guessing. He's destroyed things. Daniel's on medium tyres, so you know you would expect there to be less grip and to be slower, but he'll be able to go around longer. As you can already see the wear on Ray Riviera's tyres. Oh, hit that bump, hit the bump. The rear wheel hit it. And that, look at that, another half a second. So we'll go back to this because this is a close battle. Something may happen. Oh, look at that. Washing right wide. Putting Giant Tonic in the lead. But of course now J92 has got the slipstream, can come alongside him, and then it's going to be a battle into Variante del Retafilio. Oh, he braked very late there. That was super clean, that was really good. Jay saw what was going to happen, backed off just a touch because he knew that Giant Tonic wouldn't be able to stop, which is possibly, probably, maybe kind of sort of what happened between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. So, knowing that, he had a good slipstream on it and outbraked him on the inside going into Variante della Roggio. So J92 has come back and is in the lead. Oh, they've got to negotiate the back marker, which is who Phil did a great job of getting out of the way there. Super duper. Super duper. Ray Riviera is getting closer and closer. He's pushing hard. He's got no pressure from behind. He's 8.4 seconds ahead of Daniel, who's charging along on his medium tyres. These three are all softs, and there's going to be a super slipstream now. Oh, love tap. Patted him on the bum bum and said, "I'm here." Oh, they're fighting, they're fighting. Let's look at the state of the tyres. A little bit more wear on J92's front tyres, and a little bit less on Giant Tonic and Ray Riviera. Meanwhile, in fourth place, 8.4 seconds behind, 8.3 seconds behind, Daniel is biding his time. You've got to watch those inside apexes. This is what happened, Ray. That time, 2 laps ago, when you went around this corner and got hit the sausage. But you missed it that time, marvellous. No penalties, no track limits penalties, and it didn't unsettle the rear of the car. Marvellous. But the front two have pulled away a little bit and are still battling each other. Oh, it's another wide line, it's another understeery moment out. Difficult corner, Parabolica, very difficult. Ray's catching up a little bit with a slipstream. Lap 12 of 50. We've already done 51 laps. So this is effectively lap 60. This is the 13th lap, so we are effectively 64 laps into this race. Fortunately, these guys were all so close to each other at the end of the first 50, at the end of part 1. Being on the grid didn't really change anything, they were all that close anyway. Doing a marvellous job. I suppose this is effectively like 2 sprint races back to back, isn't it? Oh, I missed that. Ray's caught up massively. I was too busy pontificating about what kind of races we got. Three. This is going to be 3 into 1. Oh, smacky bum bum time again. Very similar liveries, if not of the same livery. Dare I say that? Let's have a butcher's. So, half the overtake power left on that. Giant Tonic hasn't used any of his overtake at all yet, and Ray's still only used that 1/4. So, did Ray catch up with the 1/4, or did he catch up just by tidying himself up, concentrating? Now 12.6 seconds behind Daniel on his medium tyres. Powerful slipstream. Are you eating? I bet it's a carrot. I said it was a carrot. Now I'm eating cheese, which doesn't go crunch. Well, not the kind of cheese I eat. Oh, we're doing it again. Alright. Well, I know what you're doing, Ray Riviera. You're staying behind on Poi Pois. Oh. Ray Riviera, you sneaky man. You are catching up, watching, learning and waiting. Ah. So, in order, you got the least way. Oh, he slidded. Hit things and slidded. Did Ray? Oh, that was Ray. Ray took him. Ray took him. Now you can tell Ray's car because the lights are on at the back. At least on this angle. He's got red. See the red? Ray's got the red. Ah, the harvesting lights. What do they call it in Formula 1? What do they call it in Formula 1? I just come back on, so I didn't. Oh! In that case, I forgive you. And this isn't my nose, it's a carrot. Burner anyway. What's that from? Mr. Ant. Oh, took that fast. Ray's in the lead. Ecky thump. Is he going to be able to get the power down? He's got the inside line to Curva Grande. I did some chess on toast. No, that's not Blackadder. What are you on about? Oh! No, it's Monty Python, mate. Monty Python. We found a witch, maybe burner. Found a witch. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh, Ray, you were doing so well, and that curb spat you. It spat you into the gravel on the opposite side. Just shows you how easy it is for everything to go seriously south, which would of course put him in danger because he's now only 8 seconds ahead of Daniel, who's charging along. His tyres are in very good condition compared with the softs. Only 15 laps on them. They're in very good condition actually. You might be able to get to 20 laps easy. Well, if the softs... Let's have a look at the fuel. The guys in front. So, Ray's on a lot less fuel. So Ray's short fueled to use the soft tyres better. Oh, what on earth was that? Phil's having fun. He's going rally driving. J92. whose tyres are more worn, or the outside left is, the front left is, the others are about the same. I've got a little bit less fuel, so we won't be able to go as long. More fuel and less wear for Giant Tonic, so that's looking good for the guy. It's looking very good. This is the battle for the lead. Oh, we got to watch that inside. Ask Ray, he knows. He's 5 seconds back because of that, and he was fighting with you guys. Oh, ducked out. The old duck out distraction technique, so favoured by the Alonso. Jeez, Gromit, jeez. We found a witch, may we burn her? Burn the witch, burn the witch. How do you know she's a witch? Well, she looks like one. Alright, bring her forward. I'm not a witch, I'm not a witch. But you're dressed as one. He dressed me up like this, and this isn't my nose, it's a carrot. Burn her anyway, burn, burn. Hey, wait, how do you know she's a witch? Well, she turned me into a newt, says John Cleese. A newt? I got better. Burn her anyway, burn, burn. Quick, quick. There are ways of telling if she's a witch. Are there? Are there? Well, tell us. Oh, he's losing touch of it. Giant Tonic has backed off, or losing touch or something. He's still got full overtake though. That's pretty damn good. Half overtake for J92, and tyres that are looking very red. Less red tyres and more fuel is Giant Tonic. 5 seconds back after a brilliant charge, but being spat off because of the inside curve of Lesmo 2 into the gravel on the opposite side. But back to doing a great job. But his tyres are looking a bit dodgy, and he has less fuel, so he's not going to be able to go as far as these two. Right, let's watch, and then we'll go back. We'll see what happens here. Giant Tonic on the outside, on the defensive line. 92. Will Giant Tonic get the cut back and get a better drive? No. Well, he's got a good drive, so around Curve Grande. He's there. Oh, again, J92 on the defensive, but he'll get a much better line and a much better drive out of it. Oh, J92 couldn't get the power down, but somehow manages to gain a little bit of distance, just a tiny bit, maintaining it through Lesmo 1. Oh, the back end got a bit squirrely for Giant Tonic through Lesmo 2, and now down Curve Seraglio, which means curve of Seraglio. Rue reads the whole Grail, all voices are preferred by Rue himself. Yes. Well, I used to own the album of the soundtrack of the trailer of the film of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh, around the outside, what a superb move. Seriously superb move. That's an astonishing. But that leaves him open to attack with the slipstream going down the main straight, and it's before he even gets to the corner he's ahead. J92. It's the same thing at Canada, isn't it? Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. Ooh la la, da, 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 da. That massive back straight with the DRS zones. I remember when Hamilton was fighting. Oh, so good. Hamilton was fighting, was it Vettel or Alonso? I can't remember now. and he kept overtaking him going into the hairpin at the end, when what he should have done was not overtaken him but the hairpin. Then he had the DRS and then breezed past him on the straight. He finally got that and he did that, but exciting. Oh, what's going on there? No, it's not going to work. But he tucked in behind, took this corner really well, unsettled the car going over the sausages though. Will he get a penalty for anything? No, no penalty, so the fight goes on. Let's see if there's going to be another overtaking from the outside, because that was astonishing. This is better. Perhaps this is better. Oh, no, that wasn't. That was, yeah, and he gives him the place because that was accidentally. He did not mean to tag him there. That was unfortunate. Struggling to get the power down now, though. Definitely struggling to get the power down. So we can see the state of the tyres. J92, his tyres are definitely in worse condition. Right, so in the background, Ray's been in the pits. So he now has a full tank of fuel and fresh softs on. Daniel still got a quarter of a tank of fuel. I was just going to say, still got a quarter of a tank of fuel. His tyres are worn, but not as worn as the leader's softs are. So I don't know how this is going to work. And he's still got plenty, but it is sliding a bit now. And he used a bit of the overtake to get some speed. And, you know, he is struggling to get the power down. So, I don't know. Struggling with turn in. Great line through there, though. Did a great job there. Really good job. So he's 14.6 seconds behind Giant Tonic, who's now lost 2.1 seconds. His tyres are getting pretty worn, and in the lead with even more worn tyres. They are wornerer than those, but they're all struggling to get the power down. Interesting. It's learning something here between the medium and the softs. The very worn softs still seem to be faster, because he's 15 seconds behind, and now, when it was 14 something seconds the last lap, he is consistently losing time to the even more worn soft tyres. Ray, let's see how Ray's going. He's now on softs, full tank of fuel, so he's heavy, but he's got brand new softs, having pitted on lap 20. Lap 19, sorry, I do apologise. No, that's not telling me he's pitted on lap 19, even though he did, and you can tell by the time. Okay, we'll get Ray. Oh, bless! He ended up on the grass on the left, tried to correct, which put him straight to the inside curb of Les Mode 2. Such a shame. So easily done. While that's happening, go and say hello to the lovely Phil, who's a bit of a hooligan. Hooligan 81. Going around on his lonesome, because we don't know what Ostuni's done. He's I don't know, he's having a cup of tea. Hope that he's enjoying whatever he's doing. Pity he didn't come back. Pity Ian didn't come back for the second half. He would have had some fun in the sun. Hopefully Ian's still watching us. Or probably watching Matt, because Matt's better and more interesting. He has better hair. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, there are whales and Tilly gives you the witch. Are there? Are there? Tell us. What do you do with your witches? Burn them up! Burn them up! What do you burn apart from witches? More witches! wood. So, why do witches burn? Because they're made of wood? Exactly. Oh, someone's coming. Someone's coming. Lap 19 is being overtaken, possibly again. That's not catching up as fast as you think, is it? Much faster on the brakes, obviously much faster cornering. But top speed, downforce equals the lower top speed. Keeps his line so the lapping car knows where to go. That's how you do it. Easier said than done. I mean, it's easy for me to say that, sat here. When I'm having enough trouble controlling the car using my little pad. But, you know, I know the theory. Right, let's go to the car that's just lapped us. 16 seconds ahead. It's charging on. Let's have a look at his tyres. Wearing consistently. An eighth of a tank of fuel left. It's not doing too bad at all. Not doing too bad at all. So it does seem that the soft tyres are the way to go. Right. J92's pitted. He's put another set of softs on and fueled up. So he's going the same way that Ray is going. Fresh tyres, fuel tank of fuel, because worn soft tyres are still better than the mediums. Worth remembering. So he's cracking on at a good pace. Okay, and a bit of a mistake on the last lap. 2:02 on lap 21 when he came in. Let's see what this lap's time is, where he's, I think, done a tidier job. Look at the drift. Brilliant drifting. Who parked that car there? Yeah, this is the old way of doing it. Oh, boom! Boom! Ray Riviera charges past. Where did he come from? How did I not spot that gap display? I wasn't looking, that's why. Ray Riviera on his... And they're both on... Jay's tyres are less worn, but Ray's obviously got up to speed. Now that's interesting, because both of those, on a heavy tank, he's doing 134s, 135s, 134.9, whereas Ray is on 130, 131s. So Ray's really charging on. Let's see what's happening ahead. So 18 seconds ahead. Doing 132s, 131.8s. Coming up to lap Phil, who's getting out of his way brilliantly, is Daniel. And trying to see, is Daniel, he's got no fuel. Well, okay, he's on his last lap or two of fuel. And his mediums are... Yeah, he's really having trouble getting the power down. Really having trouble getting the power down. Does your overtake button recharge to full when you're in the pits? Is he catching up? It's pretty stable between first and second. And the time... Oh, what's going on? Wrong button. Do apologise. The times are similar. 131.7, 132.2. Oh, stop hitting that button. He's got to come in this lap. He's nearly out of fuel. No, he's doing one more lap. So this is the last lap before a pit stop for Giant Tonic, and I'll be intrigued to see if he's figured out what I seem to have noticed, that even a worn soft is better than a medium. Another lap for Daniel. Ray has pulled 8 seconds. He's flying. Look at him, a 130.6, 131.7, 131.3. Flying along. And he over 8 seconds. And our mate Phil, driving round and round and round in his Nissan, in his Datsun Renault. For those people that don't know, Nissan was bought by Renault, run by Carlos Ghosn, who's currently facing lots of charges of dodginess, who was the Renault guy. And the V6 in the front of that is a hand-built modified version of the V6 that's in the front of the Nissan 380Z, which basically it's a Renault. Nissan Primera became, he's catching up. He's catching up a bit. He's reeled a little bit back. And the Laguna with the same floor plan. That's what they all do, isn't it? They save money, they use the same floor. Ray, a 130.1. The new fastest lap for Ray Riviera, who's on a mission. He's got dark glasses on, he's wearing a black suit, a black tie and a black trilby. And he loves his blues. Ray Riviera, he's on a mission from God. We're on a mission from God. So, he's caught up J92. Giant Tonic, sorry, what am I saying? Idiot. He's caught up Giant Tonic, who had to come in the pits, obviously. So, Daniel's come into the pits, just come out now. He's on softs, full tank of fuel. He's 9.4 seconds behind J92, who's on his relatively new, that was decisive, excellent. A decisive lapping overtake there. Marvellous. 9.5, 9.6, he's pulling away because he's in the groove, whereas Daniel needs to sort of get in the groove and get used to the weight of the car. This is what I've noticed, is when they refuel, they get the weight of the car really affects the handling quite badly, which, you know, we know, it's good old physics. Ask Adrian Newey and Gordon Murray, they're obsessed with weight. Which is why the new Gordon Murray Automotive T50 weighs 950 kilos. You thought the McLaren F1 was light for a V12 241 mile an hour supercar. This T50 is just going to be, Ray is on a mission. He's a rocket ship. Still got the fastest lap. Let's see on fresh tyres what Giant Tonic can do on these fresh tyres. On fresher tyres on these fresh tyres. Oh, good grief. What do you burn apart from witches? More witches! Wood! Does wood sink in water? No, it floats! Throw her into the pond! Which ironically is what they used to do. I reckon that's why that was written in there. What else floats in water? Gravy, very small rocks, lead, apples, churches. A duck come from the back, from Arthur, King of the Britons. So logically, if she weighs the same as a duck, she's made of wood, and therefore a witch, a witch, a witch. Are you trying to warm your tyres up? You're just bored with going down a straight road. It's fair enough. He's charging as well. 1:31.6. The last lap was 1:30.9. Really good. Okay. Why does it do that? Strange graphics. Okay. Is Daniel catching him up? Let's see what times he's doing. Not as quick. 1:31.6, 1:31.9. He's got a third, I'd say. Is that about a third? Just over a third of his overtake left. These guys are really cracking on. Seriously cracking on. But anything can happen. We're only on lap 29. 21 laps to go. Sorry, we're only on lap 30. So 20 and a half laps to go. Let's go forward to Ray, who's coming into Parabolica. 187 mile an hour, taking this with a drifting. His tyres are wearing. Exiting the corner at 150 odd. 1:31.767. But Giant Tonic has nabbed the fastest lap. Lap 28, but he must have had a problem on this lap because it's a 1:34. So consistency is key, but he's in sight. He's in sight. That's the way it goes, isn't it? I mean, some laps you just, the ones that can sort of do a consistent lap, it might not be as fast as the outright fastest time of their competitors, but if they can do 20 laps a little bit slower but never go too far away from that time, consistent laps, they're the ones that are going to win, because they'll just keep pulling away, and they're little, you know, when they're a bit slower, all right, they're a bit slower, but all the times when they're just that little bit quicker, they disappear into the distance. But on this lap at least, Giant Tonic is catching Ray Riviera up. Very little wear on Giant Tonic's practically new tyres, which he changed on lap 26. So this is his fifth lap on those tyres. He used a bit of his overtake button there, and he's now only 3.5 seconds. Matched out 188 compared with the 187 we saw earlier. Drifted and slid, but yeah, he got some time back. 1:29.4, the new fastest lap, superb. And he's now 3.3 seconds behind. He's catching Ray. So now who's on a mission? It's Giant Tonic. Racing hard for the heroes. 6.97 seconds behind, doing still consistently fast times. 1:30.4, 1:30.9 is J92, a former leader, another person that had some argy-bargy bad luck going on, sometimes overtaking back markers, sometimes when there's 3 or 4 people fighting for the same bit of road. It's been so exciting, really exciting. We've had racing, we've had history, we've had controversy, we've had a carrot, we've had cheese, we've had Monty Python, and we've had a suggestion of Blackadder. We've had Wallace and Gromit, cheese Gromit. Super duper. Giant Tonic, even closer than before, reeling in Ray Riviera. What is Ray's time going to be this lap? Look at that. 1:36, 1:31.7, 1:31, 1:31.369, 1:30.1, the previous fastest lap. 1:30.9, 1:30.8, 1:30.0.1, 1:30. 0.7, 0.2. Very consistent. Ray's been very consistent. I just hope he doesn't have a brain fade moment and hit an inside curve. Let's see. Now, reeling him in with consistently lap times in the 129s is Giant Tonic. Less than 3 seconds behind him now. He's got his rival in his sights. He knows he only has 28 laps to do this. Will he have enough fuel to get to the end? Can you do 28 laps on soft tyres? I don't know. This will have to be one of these go on to softs, put half a tank in or something like that. Splashing a dash, as they used to call them. J92, still quick. All of these guys are so quick. I mean, it's almost insulting me saying something like they're so much quicker than me, because, you know, a kid in a pedal car is quicker than me, but they are doing a fantastic job. I'm impressed. Really exciting stuff. And as I said at the very beginning of the stream, they're getting better and better and better as their brains learn and focus in on this track, and when they come back to this will slip back into how good they were over 100 laps. Daniel, oh, again, look, that's reeling, and he's reeling Jay in. His barely worn tyres, 130.8, 130.8, 130.9, 130.5, I mean, just consistent, fast laps. Everyone's improved and got better and better and better. Let's have a look at Mr. Phil. Oh, he's got another doodah. Now, he's on mediums. His tyres are a bit worn, and like we noticed earlier, the mediums are not super good. They are not super good. Hiya, Matt. Push. Put. If we do, hey Matty, in golf we could do the racing one, but transfer it to the Nürburgring in one of those Battle of the Buses, and it'll be but. Ah, dear. 140.9. His personal fastest lap that I can see there. I have encouraged him. Come on, Phil. Concentrate. Take your time. Do what Jackie Stewart learnt. On this track, actually, when he was racing with BRM alongside Graham Hill, where both he and Graham were way ahead of the field. They were going to win, so they were getting the board to slow down and preserve the car. And they did. They were braking a little bit earlier, lifting off the throttle a little bit earlier, being a little bit more gentle on the throttle, and their lap times were tumbling. Now I need a curry. Yeah, it's going to be delivered by a tuk-tuk that goes put. And they were getting these irate. The team manager was bouncing up and down and yelling and shaking his fist at them because he thought they were racing each other, and what they were just doing was getting smoother and smoother as they put less and less pressure on themselves and overdrove the car less and less, so they could settle the car for corners and stuff like that. Oh, so the leader is coming through. Let's go back to the leader, who's now, Giant Tonic has taken the gap down to a second. He was, what was it? He'd gone back to what was it, 8 seconds behind? Something like that. And he has reeled him back in. Now, it's not like Ray's going slow. Look at those lap times. He's faster than anybody else on the track. It's just Mr. Tonic. Oh, Mrs. Tonic. It could be a Mrs. I don't know. Giant Tonic. It's, you know, it's not like if it's Giant Tonic water, it's a girl, and it's gin and tonic, it's a boy. I don't know. But Giant Tonic, he or she, is just going faster and incredibly consistent as well. Tonic has the fastest lap. They have consistently stayed in or around the borders between 129 and 130. Look at that. Super duper. 18 seconds away. Both these guys are really in their groove. This is going to be such an incredible battle. Though there's still a long way to go. 15 laps to go. The tyres, however, I mean, Ray's going to have to come in because he's only on quarter of a tank. Giant Tonic can probably get to the end of the race on these tyres. Ray hasn't got enough fuel to get to the end of the race, so who knows? Who knows? Would it be better for Ray to pit now on a splash and dash to give himself, unlike what Mercedes do, a gender neutral? Yes. Oh, he's giving a little bump up there. He doesn't want to. So you're thinking tic-tacs, right? Ray needs to come in now. He's got to pit before the end of the race. If he comes in now, he's giving himself more laps to reel Tonic in, and therefore possibly fight for the win. Another 129.883. So if you can hear me, Ray, this is your team manager. Pit this lap. Pit this lap. Put no more than half a tank in, which will get you the last 15 laps, but on soft tyres, so you won't have such a problem, you know, as you drive. Can you alter how much fuel they put in? I didn't notice that when I was messing around and getting my Mini in the wrong places earlier. I'll have to invent a custom race on my own against the AI to find these things out. Then I'll be able to do it. I did the daily race earlier, the GT4 race. I was in a Scirocco, balance of power on, all that kind of stuff. Ray, my man. Right. I want to see. Oh, I can't see. It's not going to show me. So soft tyres will be going on. Because he probably knows how to do it, he'll be putting in half tank. And this, he's in third. You lose a lot in that pit lane, don't you? You lose a lot in that pit lane. But he had to pit. He didn't have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. It had to happen. If he'd have left it longer, it'd just be going slower and slower. Lost more time in the long run. So Ray's come out 6 seconds. Oh, it's a bugger coming out of that pit lane. Oh, Bernal, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Holman ended up in lobby 1. Well, I'm glad he's racing because he's super fast, and I bet it's a great entertainment. Anybody watching? Anybody ever watched in the future? The link's below. If you're watching now and you want to know what we're talking about lobby 1, the link to Matt's channel and the actual race is below. All right. There's another link there for Help for Heroes, which is the whole point of this race, this endurance race. Click on that, read about what they do. If you can, if you've got the money to spare and your heart's in it, donate what you can. Get onto your local MP, wherever you are worldwide. Tell the governments of your nations that they should be paying for this, that it should not be up to a charity to look after our own armed forces after we have sent them somewhere to do stuff. So I'm watching Ray because he's 6.8 seconds behind. He's got this penalty. The reason why I got the penalty is because it's an absolute bugger. It's an absolute bugger to come out of that pit lane and then get that first corner right. It really is. He's 9 seconds ahead of J92. J92 has got pretty fresh tyres, plenty of fuel, and he'll get to the end. Ray, brand new tyres. He's given himself 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Let's look 1:55.2. So even the lap that he pitted on, before they were like 2:01s, 2:02s, 1:55. Super fast. That last lap was 1:32.1. He's flying. Who's that ahead? It is. You can see Daniel. Daniel's tyres, he's got plenty of fuel, but his tyres are very worn. So, you know, Ray and Daniel are going to have to watch each other because they're going to be on different strategies, as the saying goes. It's that old can insert your favourite racing driver, be it Alonso, Schumacher, Hamilton, Verstappen, Vettel, whatever. Catch XYZ before the end. Had Ray come in later, he wouldn't be in a position to attack anybody. So 11 laps to go, 12 if you count this one. So nearly 12 full laps. And still going super quick at the front. Super quick. Giant Tonic. Consistently. Look at those lap times. Every single one of those lap times is just spot on. 129, 129, 130.1.1, 0.0, 129.8, 130.9. So a slow lap is a 130.9. And he's acing Parabolica. Acing it. Really good. And he's coming up. He's catching up. The end of this straight is Phil to be lapped again. And it wasn't that long ago he was lapping him with speed differential. It's huge. You can see on the map in the top corner let's just have a quick look at these. He's fastest sector 3 on that last lap. That lap chart thing does me head in because I don't really know what it's saying. And you can see them there on the map. You can see that in third position, definitely catching Daniel in second. So that last lap was a 129.951. Can't see anybody catching him now. Let's go back to Ray. 130.6. I mean, Daniel's not going slow though. I mean, look at that. They're all pretty quick. So, can Ray catch Daniel? This for me is like the battle. It's the last 10 laps. You can see Daniel at the end of this unknown name straight. You can see him. He's there. Oh, bit of understeer there. 130.5 compared with 130.7. So he's fraction. I mean, they're much of a. They're very close to each other. Perhaps if he'd put a little bit less fuel in. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what's making the difference. That tiny little difference of fuel. I don't know how accurate or how predictable, if you like, Gran Turismo Sport is with the fuel load and the weight. He's using his overdrive button. He's catching his challenge. How is the overdrive recharged? Is it coasting? Oh, pushing so hard. The back end went. He corrected and just ended up a little bit off the road. 6.7 seconds behind. That will have cost him a bit of time. It's another one of these cases. Breathe. Breathe. What's his lap time going to be? 130.6. Still so fast. My goodness, so fast. But the last lap for Daniel was 130.0, super lap. But he's made a mistake already on that one, and he's going to be a little bit down on time. I keep thinking I can change where it's got track map in the bottom left corner. I keep thinking I can change it to see what the sector times are, so I can compare them, but I can't, so... So Daniel's, it looks like Daniel's catching Philip. Yeah. Yeah, catching Philip. Let's see, Phil's doing pretty consistent times over the last few laps. Seems his fastest times are in the 140s. There we go. Very courteously, very sensibly, very professionally staying on one side of the track. So, because that's the worst thing, isn't it? The problem isn't where you are necessarily, it's if you change where you are. So, go somewhere, stay there, wait. 144, must have had a problem on that track, or because he lifted to let the leader past, to let the second place Daniel passed. Right, so Ray has been putting a swerve on. I did a 130.5. Oh, again a bit of an over. Couldn't manage to get it to stop. He wanted to stop. We all wanted him to stop. Everybody wants everyone to stop, but that car didn't want to stop. It decided it wasn't going to be stopping. Overcooked it. Oh, so lost 2 seconds there. Such a shame. Such a shame. But this is the needle you thread, isn't it? The needle you thread is pushing on as your tyres are wearing, as you're tired because you've been driving and you desperately want to do well while not pushing too hard. If you know, stepping over that mark? No, boundary. Come on, Ray, keep it together. That's good. Excellent. So, what did he get? How much he lost? Overdrive, 132. So, yeah, he lost 2 seconds, unfortunately. 2 seconds. Okay, so you've got 7 laps. You have 7 laps. A second a lap, you can do it. Oh, right, Daniel's got a penalty. Of course, Daniel might slide off. His tyres are, I mean, look at the state of the tyres. His tyres are really struggling now. Look at he couldn't get the power down. It, again, hitting the curb, kicked him sideways. Right, we've not seen the leader for a while. Let's see what he's doing. He's still so fast. His tyres are wearing, but he's still managing it to be in the 129s. 129.1. Still got the fastest lap, and the last lap was 130.1. So, it's impressive. It really is. It's very impressive. I think my friend Richie will be saying, Richie or Mikey, both of them will be praising Guinness if he was part of the GLR, the Guinness Lovers Racing, or the Guinness something Racing. I call it the Guinness Lovers Racing. I don't think that's what it actually stands for. It's definitely Guinness something. But anyway, The power of Guinness, just like Hugh Hatrick uses the power of KFC. 26 seconds ahead. Relentless. I know we had earlier some real ding-dong battles and all that kind of stuff, and it was in untidy stuff and it was passionate. But I also like seeing real skill like this. This is superb. It's like a switch has been flicked in these drivers and they've gone, right, we're going to go fast now. We're not just going to have a Barney, we're going to go fast. And aren't they doing it? Super duper. Super impressive. Settled the car. Look at that, you see. Settled the car. Allowed to slow a bit before he... Right. So in 1950 to 54, that long straight that I don't know the name of was called Rettifilo Centro, so the centre straight. Whereas the main straight was just called the Rettifilo. So I'm going to start calling, so we're on Rettifilo now. This is Variante del Rettifilo, the corner at the end of the straight, or on the straight, because of course in the old circuit it just used to carry on, like you can see coming from the left there. Curve Grande. And then there was no chicanes. This next section, the whole section here, was just Curve della Regia. Now you've got Variante del Regia entering Curve di Lesmo 1 and 2. Then you get this slight curved straight. It's not a straight, in the Italians it's a curve. Curve del Seraglio. Variante del Ascari, which used to be Curve del Variante. So it's a curve of a corner. And then this straight we've just come to the end of was Rettifilo Centro, going into what is now called Parabolica, though I think they've changed its name again, aren't they, or something? And in those days it was called Curve Sud, so south curve. I like Parabolica better, it just sounds nicer. Alright Simon, so I was looking at another screen so I didn't see the chat. I don't think you can recharge it. Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting. So does it recharge in the pits or does it just never recharge? You got it at the beginning and you got to use it. Is it like, what do they call it in Formula E by gum? The fan boost. Is it like that? You get so much fan boost and that's it, you just got to work out when you use it. If you can, I never realised you could. Me neither. So, Lesmo. Right, now let's watch Ray for a bit again, because Ray, after one dodgy lap, which lost him 2 seconds, which is highly unfortunate, he's got his head down, and he is back to his low 130 ways. I mean, look at those times. That look, 43, dodgy, still quick. 132.9 is still a hell of a lot faster than I would ever be able to do it in any car, especially this one, because it's so hard to drive. So he's clawed it back to 4.5 seconds. He was nearly 8 seconds behind and he has clawed it back. We're having a bit of a struggle here. You can see he can't get the power down. Can't get the power down, which is helping. So he's lost. Oh, he's lost a good second there already. 131 seconds. Yes, he's lost a second there. Let me just do that because it refresh it. But his last 2 laps have been a second odd, 0.8 of a second slower than he's been going before. So we'll just go quickly through. Let's go and say hello to Phil. Phil with your penalties. You're bad, naughty boy, Phil. Naughty. Smack his little botty. I don't think you say that in America, but we say it here. Right. J92, who's another one, did a cracking job, but his tyres, oh, he's struggling now. Again, he can't get the power down. Just can't get the power down. You can see on the times there how quick he was going, and then just in the last couple of laps, bad things are happening. So 16 seconds ahead is Ray Riviera, who has got the gap down. He has 2.5 laps to go. He's going down Seraglio, Curva del Seraglio. Entering a corner he usually does very well, Variante della Ascari. Which Ascari? I don't know. Antonio or Alberto, his son. Both died in motor racing accidents. 2 point. He's really catching him up. Look at this round parabolica. He's shaved a second off in half a lap. My goodness, I have to say I was wondering whether he would be able to do it. But his tyres are in pretty good condition. And his tyres, plus he's nearly out of fuel. This, Ray, you genius. I had wondered whether he'd put too much fuel in. But not only has Daniel, his tyres are shot, he hasn't. He's 2 laps to do. He'll hopefully make it. Though was it Daniel that just that coasted over the line? Now take it easy, Ray. Take it easy. You don't need to do anything silly to get past him. There's opportunity to get past him. Now when he's ghosting, I guess he's lifting and coasting. You'll get right up to him on here because he's having to see, he hasn't got the grip, he couldn't make the apex. Oh, how's this gonna work? How's this gonna work? Take him on Rettifilio, the main straight. I don't know what I'm saying, it's like you can hear me. Remember, his tyres are in not a good condition. Don't crash, guys. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Come on, come on. Right, that's a simple case of being able to get the power down better. Simple case of being able to get the power down better. So Ray's up to second. He was in first. Had he not come in a brilliant move when he did, he would not have had the time. Oh, what? No. Oh. Well, Daniel, that was superb of you, mate. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. I love that. That is really, really good. I just got it. All plaudits to Daniel there. All plaudits to Daniel. He did. Something happened, so let's just go quick to the winner, posting incredible times over the last 20 odd laps. Giant tonic. And then Ray Riviera with an astonishing drive. I think an amazing drive, just chasing down. Was very clever with his pit stop strategy, coming in early enough to give himself the time. In a second place, and then very well deserved with going on fumes. I mean, you can see his lights red and flashing for Ray, but he had a little bit less fuel in and he got over the line. Great battle at the end, and then real sportsmanship when, his tyres were a bit shot, couldn't stop, hit Ray, span him, and then gave him the position back. Just really, really good. That's right, that's it. And then, of course, we've got the victor. Let's just... It never leaves that thing up enough. So, as I was saying, And then after Daniel in 4th place was J92, who did a super duper race, really good race. These guys in the first, let's say 60, 70 laps maybe, were all right with each other, fighting, battling and fighting. Really good stuff. And then a shout out to Phil, PRT Hooligan, who, I mean, he's last on that board, but there were people that dropped out. You know, and people that I would have hoped would have come back for the second half, because they were, you know, I know it was difficult in the first race for them, but they were doing a great job, and it would have been just so nice to have them there, because, you know, they all do better than I do. Total respect to everybody that was in here. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you for Ostuni 12. Who I don't know what happened to him. He wasn't there in the last race, though he entered. You know, he was there, but then his car ghosted for the whole time. Thank you so much to Ian Cars, who was in the first part, struggling a little bit and then disappeared. But, you know, thank you for joining in. Thank you for making this a really good event. Don't forget, everybody, to check out Matt's TMK's channel, okay, Matt, which there's a link for Lobby 1. I'll edit this and put a link to Matt's channel, who was streaming the Lobby 1 and commentating on Lobby 1. Thank you so much for Pleb Racing for putting this great event on, and for Phil for organising, and anybody else that was involved in the organisation that I don't know about. Alright, so I guess that's pretty much everything. You all did a superb job. What a superb job. This stream has been nearly 4 hours long and worth the lot. Okay, so let's just have a quick last look at the chat, because people are saying things in it. My pleasure for doing the commentary. I'm gobsmacked I was asked. I'm so pleased I could help. Like I say, it's an excellent cause. Anybody go to that cause, share this video, share Matt's video, and nag people nicely, obviously. And you know, also have a look at the any other Pleb Racing stuff on their Discord. I guess I should put the Pleb Racing Discord up. Phil, you let me know. Thanks, Ray. Great job. Thanks, Tonic. You're shattered. I bet you are, mate. The concentration you needed in those last 20 odd laps, where you were just banging in top times one after another with very few mistakes, all of you. Phil, awesome job. Everybody, thank you. McLaren Fiji, thank you for the support and everything. And now I'm just wittering. I don't know what to say. So time to go. It's time to go. As Andy Pandy from the 1960s children's television programme would say, it's time to go to bed. Good night, everybody. Good night.